Hey, yo, good morning, all that shit. Tweet out the room. I've been up for less than an hour. I'm still catching up on the news. For some reason, Mario's not letting me up to talk today. So we're just going to run a space right here where people can tell the truth. Hey, that's a nice change of pace. And, yeah, Rockstar's holding a space. I totally forgot. So if you want updates on the Alphabots, get out of here. Cat, what's up?
Morning, Alpha. I'll give you half an hour and I'm going to bed.
Half an hour is all. They're only getting a half hour, bro.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to hold the space today. I'm not supposed to be here right now.
Thank you we thank you very much for hosting the space.
No, it's my pleasure. I got to figure out what's going on. Um, what's up, Hattori?
Long time no speak, brother. How you doing?
Great.
Yeah, man. I've been in this space off and on, and yeah, I popped in the Rockstar space. They're going through their regularly scheduled programming. They did tip their hat to the situation. They got Gooding from the lab as the co-host, and I think he's going to address the news and market at the end of their show. But I couldn't sit in there when the Mario space was going on, and yeah, that space has been, popping as ever. With like even that Charles Hoskinson up there a little bit ago, and CZ was just on the phone live, so that's probably why you're having a hard time getting up there.
Yeah, right. I actually clipped it when CZ was talking because I was like, this is too much. This is unbelievable. Like,
Mario's space, all that taught me was that there's a bunch of misinformed clowns that don't know what they're talking about.
and like everybody is in CZ's pocket. Like, what the
Dude,
fuck
Yeah,
is going on?
it is almost it is scary
who
to
is
think
Mario?
about.
In the end, like where I don't know his
Everybody's just
history.
hanging out
You
in
know,
Bali
I
together.
know who
Like, oh,
Kim.com is, right? Mega Upload. Like what's his, and how do they all fit together? But it's certainly got a certain angle, and it's a pretty organized show. In a certain way, it makes you think a certain way, and the terminology, like why aren't they all saying like get your stuff to DeFi, put it on a MetaMask or Trust Wallet? They're not saying that. They're saying get off of crypto.com. Why do they have to say it
it's
like
so
that?
close. That's what was killing me.
It's
I had
entirely targeted.
yeah, and I had just woken up, so I've been in a kind of half sleep state. But there were these glimpses, there were these glimmers of that kind of energy in there, where it's like, all right, we're unbiased. The word of the day, the message of the year that we've been saying every fucking day is own your keys, own your crypto. Like, I heard that in there, but they were fucking ruining it with all the crypto.com bashing. And like, I'm not the guy.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you get in there, your new listener, they talk for like 5 minutes of like, oh yeah, I agree with that, and then they spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Oh, breaking news. They're doing this and that and blah. Even though it's not breaking, it's happened weeks ago, and you're just now finding it. It didn't affect you then. It's not affecting you now.
Anything they're just finding out about is breaking news.
Yeah,
That's how it
exactly.
works.
Like, okay, yeah, sure. I got married a month and a half ago. That's breaking news.
It's
No,
news to
no,
me.
As long
yeah,
as you play that sound effect, it's breaking news. That's the deal.
yeah.
Crypto.com, we've seen them do it time and again. Now I'm actually kind of glad that they sent that woman $10 million last year, and because we already clowned them for that shit. We're used to that. Like, they're all freaking out about it. We're like, nah, bro, that's par for the course.
That bug is priced in, baby.
Bach, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Alpha? Dude, you know CZ's on the space right now.
Yeah, man, I'm buying Crow at 6 cents. These guys better fucking chill, or else I'm not gonna have any money left.
You're buying Crow here, Alpha?
Yeah, dude, I bought it yesterday at 7.8. I gotta buy it today at 6.5.
I
Um,
bought a 6.6.
That's a huge discount, my friend.
Alpha, I don't know, man.
Bach, are you still coming up here with those legend vibes, dude?
No, dude. This is a safe
Because
space.
Legend's on his "I told you so" shit today.
I would say,
booted me. I warned everyone, and you booted me. It's
I don't
not
know, dude.
what you're saying; it's how you say it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It's just that people are investigating crypto.com right now. I don't know, bro.
Ooh. I wish we were regulated like
Without
Paxos.
all they need is the liabilities, and then they'll have the bigger picture. And we all want to kind of know that. At the end of the day, I wouldn't mind knowing that, but that'll clear it up.
I mean, at the end of the day, a full audit takes weeks, no matter what company you're in, what industry, whatever. If you're getting an actual audit, it takes time for them to do it correctly. If people wanted a fully up to date, full regalia audit out tomorrow, I can tell you they're gonna miss shit, and it's just gonna be a problem. So people just have to have some type of patience and not listen to little CZ who's over here going, oh, it's going down, sell, move over to BNB, thanks for your money, morons. Like, I don't understand everybody's massive misunderstanding of how crypto works when
Bro, it's
most
mass
of these
hysteria.
people have been here for at least a week, and after FTX, it doesn't matter what exchange you're on. I'm not moving off of crypto.com just to go to Binance because Binance has less regulations in place than crypto.com.
You should see the inflow outflow charts right now and look at them on the
Oh, I
hour,
watched.
not by the day. Look at them by the hour. It's just
I
in and
look,
out of
Binance is just
exchange.
completely flooding out.
Yeah, Binance has the biggest outflows right now. But what I'm saying is just it's hilarious because it's going out of one exchange into another, out of that one into another one, and everybody's just flipping it around. It's like, bro, just stop with the fucking musical chairs. You know? And why the fuck is everybody on Twitter screaming for Chris to come and say something? Like, bro, we don't want Chris on Twitter. We don't want fucking Oski in any spaces ever again. Period.
Or the Crypto.com NFT account.
Bro, honestly, like, does anyone from fucking Binance feel better now knowing that CZ is on the beach in Bali fucking passing cell phones around with Kraken and fucking whoever the fuck else was up there, Paxos, everybody's hanging out on the beach. Like, oh, I feel better. Yeah, I'm with Binance. Fucking Chris, where's he? He's not on Twitter. I better get my money off the exchange.
Yeah, how dare Chris go work and not be on the beach right now? Damn.
CZ over there celebrating him dismantling FTX, and half the fucking industry is like having a little vacation.
Bro,
He thought he deserved it.
woke up. I've had no coffee. I'm on zero
Okay,
amphetamines.
guys, let's be
and
real.
am I the only one fucking seeing this shit straight?
I feel like we're being a little bit like, I don't know, just like the frog example. $400 million being accidentally sent to a wrong address. Come on, guys. There's something wrong here. I mean, like, they have PCI security or whatever.
Hilarious.
It just doesn't make sense. I don't know, man.
Well,
you're crazy off of for buying Crow here. It's gonna be 4.3 cents pretty soon. I'm sorry, bro. You're a crazy guy. I'm scared.
You are a little bitch.
I'm
right.
super scared.
It's fine. It's fine.
Doesn't
At least
make
you're
sense.
keeping that same energy, bro. You know?
I
You
know.
were
I
all
know.
right
I know.
yesterday, but you were just like this the day before. So
it's hard. It's just hard here. It's hard for me, Alpha. Like,
life is hard, bro. Life is
you
not
just got to be careful.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily too hard. I mean, a DCA, do your own research, pick what you want. Crypto.com.
I'm staying away from exchange tokens. That's my whole thing. I think exchange
It's
tokens
not a
right
fucking
now.
exchange token, Bach.
It's
And I'm
in the
not gonna let
category.
you say that shit up
It's
here.
in the category. And if you believe it's not an exchange token,
no. Okay, now you're fucking muted. Crow is a layer 1 token. We all use it every day. I do 140 transactions on the fucking Chronos chain every day. That's at least 200 Crow. That is a fucking gas token. That is a layer 1 token. That is a utility token. That is not whatever the fuck you were calling it. Hattori, what's up?
Yeah, somebody was saying in the lab, Ghost was saying in the lab, like, have you ever done code review? Like, this is how this sort of accident happens and happens again is, like, the system's in place. It's supposed to have checks and balances, but this guy, he's probably got more seniority. He approves first. Everybody says, oh, yeah, he approved. All right, check. They don't even look at it, right? So that's sort of a good explanation that nobody brought up in the Mario space or that I've heard anywhere else yet. It's like kind of that's a pretty human reason why that mistake happens. It happens again, yeah. And after they made that mistake in October, the tweet yesterday was saying that they implemented new systems after that fact. So hopefully that's the last we hear of it. But they never touch on that Chris tweet that said that they kind of they see the problem from last month and they've implemented new shit. So looks
So
like they're working
you
on it to
heard what
me.
the conspiracy was, right? Is they think that there's a shady deal going on because of the snapshots that are being taken right now for customer holdings that they were sending
Despite
back and
it
forth.
happening 2 days after gate.
All right, thank you. Because again, I had just woken up and I heard that in Mario space. So I'm just saying, like, that's what they were throwing out there as like, oh, they say it's a mistake, but it's actually for the snapshots. And it's like,
No, it wasn't for the
nope.
snapshot. That was completely debunked by both Gate and Chris because Gate's audit finalized 2 days before this happened.
Bang. You
Whether
can't fuck
malicious
with
or
it, man.
narrow-minded, it's just they touch on a certain narrative and they gloss over the explanations and the responses. So
So,
that's unfortunate.
the problem with all these Twitter spaces that they're doing right now is they're not detailed. They're giving you blimp. Okay, go to the next blimp. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. They're not sitting there actually discussing every single aspect of it. They're not going through the block explorer, explaining what these transactions are, following it properly to be able to show it. They just see, oh, what's this? It's crazy. They're rugging us. No, open your eyes, see what happened, compare to what these guys are saying. Chris said they send it all back, and they're like, no, there's 30K missing. There's 30K ETH missing. Okay, and you look at 4 transactions later from Gate.io's other verifiably open source address, and they sent the other 40,000 ETH back to Crypto.com. There you go. That's all you needed to do to figure out that there is no funds missing.
That was
Can
awesome.
you go to Mario Space, crofam?
They like.
I would love to.
Did you hear
I
about
sat there with my request up
See,
for an hour and a half.
I'll
And
say it again.
yesterday it was
I
great.
said we're ignoring the big thing in the room, the big elephant, right? $400 million being accidentally sent to someone else. Doesn't matter if they received it back or not. You know, is this I don't know. I feel like we're just trying to
But
fight
back,
around it.
it's not just sent to somebody else. It is a whitelisted corporate account. They can only send to a few accounts from
He
that
tweeted it
uh,
himself. He said that it was an
external wall.
accident. They were not
Hmm.
meant to send it there.
And that's
It's
Yes,
why I
but
An
said what I
accident,
said.
in
but it's
general,
whitelisted.
that
stayed at
account can
Gate.io for how
only
many
be
days?
sent.
At least 4
That
to 5 days. So can we agree?
We're not agreeing. We're getting muted again because Hank is trying to explain it to you in very clear terms, man. They are whitelisted addresses, just like we do with the crypto.com app. You can't send anything to anybody. It has to be a pre-approved whitelisted address. So it wasn't going to just go to anybody. It went to an exchange or an authorized cold storage wallet. That's the only options for transfers that big. So it was never a question of like, oh, $400 million getting sent to a wrong address is a fucking bad thing because it could get lost. It could never get lost because every address it could go to would either be theirs custodially or it could be sent back immediately because it's another exchange. That's it.
and that's
I
all I
don't.
was trying to say. Yes, it was a mistake, but it was not a detrimental mistake due to processes that they have set in place. And Chris, I guarantee, will not make that mistake again simply because of the fallout that's happening from it. I know
And
I have personally sent $26,000 to the fucking USDC contract like a forehead because I didn't double check what I was sending, and I couldn't get it back because Circle told me to go away. But
Chris did make a tweet in response to this whole thing, saying that they've identified the problem and they've got new protocols in place on top of their old protocols, and so, like I said, it should be good in that
Yeah, and you
matter.
know what? They didn't fucking
The
mention
market
that
doesn't
tweet
believe
at
them.
all.
I'm
That's
not
the
gonna lie
true,
to you
market is
Buck.
guys.
full
The
of
That's
people
true.
market,
holding their tokens on
Jesus
exchanges.
Christ. The market doesn't, because everybody's talking at the same time. That's the market. The market is everybody in that other space talking at the same time or not letting the people that need to say something up. Cat, what's good?
No, I was just saying that they didn't mention that latest tweet at all.
Right. They didn't
They
even look at
talked about
Chris's
the one
latest
from a
tweet.
day ago.
Crow
So
Cruiser.
that's
Keep on.
Hey
sus as
guys,
well.
I just wanted to kind of put my 2 cents in here. Wasn't it Sam, the FTX guy, that put out one day that he wanted to be like basically the central bankers of crypto? And this to me just feels like an attack. I mean, I know it's conspiratorial or whatever, but we are under attack from central bank. They want us gone. They want us fighting. They want us to, you know, feel like we are a bunch of nobodies doing shit that we don't know what we're doing. But we wouldn't be where we are today if that was the case. We've got to stop with the inner bickering and the inner fighting. What did central bankers do in the early 1900s? They coalesced, they got together, and they made a plan together. And then they implemented that plan. So what we need as a industry is the same fucking thing. We've got to do what works. So we need CZ, we need Chris, we need all these large, provable, that's been there for, some time, that's out there proving their worth, to come together like they fucking did and start, because I can tell you right now, individual dexes will continue to fall unless they get together and they say enough's enough, this is what it is, and this is how we do it. We've been talking about this since last week. The whole problem is nobody knows, or it's very few people that know how to deal with this market and how to deal with this industry. And we don't have courses and universities and teachers and financial advisors that are selling this like they did for the central bankers. We've got to start doing what works, and there is proof of what does work, but we've got to start walking down that road. So that's all I really wanted to say.
No, that's good stuff, man. What's up, Cap?
Just off topic a little bit, but Crow Cruises just earned his Thunder token twice. You told him you were going to send him one.
Did I really? I've got one right
Yeah,
now. I've got one sitting
yeah.
in the chamber.
So
Did
he's
he
earned it
send me his?
twice.
Hold on, let me check our DMs. Yep, he did send it to me, but he sent it to me in a jumbled message with the address and a bunch of words all together, which is probably why I didn't send it.
Oh, don't do that, man.
If you send me the Oxaddy, send me just the Oxaddy.
Understandable, my bad.
I'm gonna skim it out of this message, and I'm gonna get you a Thunder token, man. That was definitely a Thunder token earned, if not two. Fucking A, man. I say it every day in our spaces that we hold, no matter what's going on in the market. These are the people I want to be around for the next 5 to 10 years. Like, these motherfuckers in here that show up no matter what's going on and are digging through the bullshit, finding out what's really going on. Hank, what's up?
So I have a question in general. Now, I after all of this has happened, I realized that I can do something better. But before I say what it is, I want an honest opinion or multiple people to tell me what they think beforehand. So obviously we're decks. We built our own decks. We have the ability to do whatever we want with it. People use centralized exchanges because it's easy, right? You can deposit fiat, withdraw fiat. You can trade your tokens. It doesn't cost any gas to trade, sure, but that comes at a risk. So how do we, as a community, me as a platform, etc., how do we migrate users from simply using regular centralized exchanges into using a product that is better, built similarly to a DEX, but UI and UX perspective aimed toward retail users who use centralized exchanges? Obviously, DEXs are going to need fiat onboarding and offboarding that allow for it to simply go from the regulated exchange or broker right to their decentralized wallets. And what other features does a DEX need to do to get these centralized users to move to decentralization without trying to become centralized themselves? I have an idea of what I can do, and I've already started whiteboarding it, and John told me it wasn't a stupid idea. So I have some modicum of what I'm going to be doing, but I mean, there has to be a way where we can get a DEX. It's not going to be Pancake Swap. It's not going to be these goofy ass name DEXs. It's not going to be the regular DEXs that are all out there because they're established as what they are right now as a DEX, and they're complacent with where they're at. They're fine with what they're doing. People are going to see them and they're going to be, oh yeah, we've been here for years. We'll use these. But new people who do not know how DeFi works are not going to understand the difference and know what a regular DEX is versus 5 years from now, whenever somebody builds a solution that solves both of these problems. That's where I want to be. So
we have to make a decentralized exchange that is big enough and flashy enough that the consumer doesn't have to make a decision, because you're right, they're never going to be able to choose between a sex and a dex, right? They're never going to be able to look at both and be like, oh well, I'm new to this, but I understand the difference between a centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange, and I'm going to hold my keys and I'm going to hold my crypto. You got to have something that they just fucking head for. Like, this looks safe, this looks big, everybody's using it, I'm fucking down. How do I get my money from my bank here quick?
Right.
We got to build it.
I'm just always worried about the dollar. Everybody was always when the stable coins came out, everybody loved them. And my thought is how far the dollar has dropped over the last 50 years. It needs to be, and I've kind of already reached out a little bit to CrowSwap, but as far as bringing people, that's beyond me and my thought. But I just know that having something in value, gold, silver, platinum, those are tried and true, and they're not going nowhere. And, I'm not a fan of stable coins just because that's joining the dark side in my mind. And so I just think we need to find more ways to incorporate, the more precious metals. That way, we have more certainty of what we're doing.
Do you mess around with like PAX G or any of the tokens that are pegged to precious metals?
Yeah, and that's what I was reaching out for was PAX G, is because that's obviously the most popular that I kind of looked at. But I was just trying to build off of that, build off of the idea of something with gold. And now see, that's in a vault in London, and I do know that you can request to get raw gold, I believe, out of it, if I did my research right. But I just think it has to deal with precious metals instead of fiat, and instead of all that other shit. We've got to somehow tie this DEX that we want to create, tie it to something that doesn't move, and or if it does move, it's very little, one way or the other. And I think we would get a lot more hearts and eyes on us if we did something like that. That's just my 2 cents.
No, I like what I'm hearing. I don't think I've seen one token like that on Kronos yet. Has anybody?
I actually emailed and messaged on Twitter the PAX guys just to see if they would come to the Kronos chain or support it, or if I was legally allowed to wrap it. I didn't see it wrapped on Kronos yet. Maybe I'm mistaken. I still need to look into it further. But I think indexing popular blue chips with gold or precious metals is a good idea. And it's definitely something that we're looking into for our treasury and reserves, as well as a few other things. But I mean,
does
in
anybody
general,
communicate with VVS? Does anybody have any line of communication with them?
they never answered me. No,
Yeah,
nobody
me neither.
nobody in Kronos answers me.
That's crazy.
I think everybody hates me.
Well, me too, man. They fucking block my ass, but I'm just trying to help, honestly. And I think, these are huge things that we're talking about in here. Even if it's just a token like PAX G on Kronos. Listen, Thunder has lost 40% of its dollar value this week, and it wasn't Thunder's fault. Our Crow value went up 20%, and we're still down 40 because we tied ourselves to Crow. That's what we built on. That's where we started. But I've never been against, and we've done it multiple times, pairing with USD. I would pair Thunder with PAX Gold in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, the CrowSwap's USGF and our liquidity for the protocol owned liquidity that we had, we actually split because I saw the FTX crash happen before it happened. Whenever I saw CZ's tweet saying, this is sus, I was like, nope. I unpaired Crow, sold the Crow into USDC on VVS. Thank you for having a larger liquidity, so you gave me more Crow. And we split our Crow pairings up between Crow and Stable, which helped maintain the price a little bit more than what it would have otherwise. As well as we took all of the Crow that we had paired to Kronos node, which was 3 million Crow, and sold it at 12 cents. And now I'm slowly DCAing the USDC back into Crow.
That's a double up, Hank. That's a fucking double up.
Yeah, we can almost, if I DCA it correctly, based on the current price, we will double the liquidity for what we had. But we paired Kronos node to Crows now, simply because we can burn Crows. All of our products are going to burn Crows. So we can do a buyback of Crows with that liquidity so that, one, it benefits the entire ecosystem. It links both of our projects together. We can burn Crows or pair it into liquidity for Cron, depending on what we need to do. And if we do buybacks of Cron and send it to the rewards vault, that just locks up both of those tokens for longer in our ecosystem. So, I mean,
I dig all that. I have always dug what you guys are doing over there. I'm getting DMs right now about fucking Oski. I guess that is the topic of conversation over in Mario space right now with 15,000 people. I gotta say, someone DM'd me a tweet of his from yesterday that he deleted that basically said, actually, let me pull it up. I gotta pull it up because I gotta do this verbatim. motherfuckers. This guy said, y'all mad at me for getting your bags on stage with Elon. I did what you always dreamed of and went viral. I will smack him in, I swear to God, through the phone. Through the phone. I'm the one that was nice to him in here. I'll get Mr. Hoddle back up here. Little Gray, what's up?
Real quick, who even knows who that guy is? Like, I have never heard of this guy before these spaces started. I've never really seen him around.
He's somebody's like stepson. Like Chris's stepchild or something. They're just letting him run loose around it. I don't fucking get it, man. It's like somebody grab that kid and fucking throw him in a closet. Or go send him to the food court, you know? Give him $1 for a Snickers. How much is a Snickers these days?
How hard would it be for us to create a silver-backed or gold-backed coin on Chronos by ourselves? How hard would that be?
I mean, it's creating the smart contract would take me an hour. It's the regulatory part or the verification steps that come along with it that is so difficult. And you know, I've looked at doing things like this, but you have to apply for different licenses. You need money for lawyers and all this shit. I mean, if we could raise the capital to do it, it's doable. But I mean, you have to pay initially to be able to do things like that, because you have to get reserves in place. You have to have a proper line set up where you can obtain the resources. You have to have multiple oracles and things in place to properly gauge the price, which is the technical hard part, or the maintenance cost that comes along with it. So I mean, technology wise, it is not terrible. Regulation wise and logistics, it costs a lot of capital.
Yeah. How much capital do we think we're talking here? 100,000? 50,000?
I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it without, you know, $250,000, so that you have the proper reserve backing. You have enough to be able to spend, you know, $50,000, $100,000 on lawyers, on applying for the licensing, stuff like that. I mean, it is not a cheap process, and it's not a fast process. It's a doable process, but it is not fast.
I hear you. So that's with liquidity and right. So I was saying just for the lawyers and all that shit, like 100,000, 400,000.
So I've seen some pretty good ideas on Crocy, the possessed pirates. They minted out tickets as an NFT for a possible win. So they put it out front saying, you know, hey, this NFT that you're going to buy is a possible winner. It's not guaranteed, you know, so, you know, purchase as necessary or whatever. So in my mind, we could try to possibly build some sort of capital through, you know, like I was saying earlier, through a concerted effort between all Crow dApps to try to build, maybe take a third of profits and start a savings to start buying precious metals. And then also, you know, maybe start putting in, well, everyone has to be on board, of course, and that's the whole point of this. But I really do feel like the money part, you know, the regulation part, like you were saying, Hank, would probably be the most difficult. I see that. But
I'm gonna disagree with you there, man. I think the regulation part is definitely going to be hard, but the hardest part of what you just said is going to be getting everybody to work together. Because I've been trying to do that for.
I was just thinking in my head. I was like, nope. I'm just gonna have to do it by myself.
That sucks, though. I hate that, because then that's all risk on one person, and then when it works out, everybody wants to nip at your balls for the rewards, and I just hate that. And so we need to start doing something where we say, okay, there's a minimal time to sign up for this venture that we're doing. You know, we could create a Crow venture capitalist fucking dApp, and if you don't sign up within this set amount of time, and we're talking about dApp leaders here, then you're out. and you don't get nothing, and you don't get rewarded. And then the ones that do sign up, we're not asking for half, maybe a third or a quarter of your profits. And of course, do a vote, see if it's good or not, or if you don't, that's fine. And then, we could start the process, and I think if we started that process, more people would join. I think, anyways. That's
Let's
just me.
start it right now. I know boxing. Bach, just throw me a thumbs up. Bach is down. Hank is down.
So I think an easier route to start, and that is, in an ideal world, we could do a lot of good if everybody would get their head out of their ass, but that's just not going to happen. So an easier route, or a more realistic expectation, would be to try to partner with companies that already hedge against the precious metals, and allow them to be your backing. The ones that are already regulated, the ones that already have to go through this, and pair to, whether it's their shares or their reserves or something like that. That would be the more realistic route. I mean, I'm a nobody in terms of Kronos, BNB. A bunch of cult members hate me. I mean, but I am growing my network through other means. I've got NFT collections that are releasing with celebrities that we're creating, and multiple other avenues. I am a welcomed member at the stock exchange floor. I am able to talk to people, but until we have a modicum of success as a whole, or if CrowSwap blows up and people will actually start listening to me, it's just a matter of getting people who are rich, large companies, people with money, to listen to the people who actually want to make change. And you have to find that one company in 1,000 that is actually willing to do the innovative stuff as well, because they're fine with the money they have. They don't have to worry about it. And if they do something risky, they're putting it into either two categories. They're going to get shit on and a lot of FUD whenever it doesn't work, or they're going to blow up because it does work and people are going to try to copy them and they're going to get a lot of fame and fortune, blah, blah, blah. So there is a risk factor for the companies to try to listen to you.
Yeah,
for example,
you would get a lot of crab in a barrel action around here, for sure. I wish we all worked together better. I'm seeing some confusion in the comments. People are wondering why is this turning into a WAGMI space? You're in the wrong space. If you want the FUD, you go over to Mario's. If you want the bullshit or you want some smoke blown up your ass, you go to you know where to go. And don't get the wrong idea from the fire. That's all around us. That's everything burning down around us. If you notice, it's crow, and then it's a pumping chart symbol. Yeah, that's my vibe. I'm here to buy it at 6 cents. I'm here to continue doing what we've been doing every day. It's really easy to get confused when you're listening to people on Twitter. So don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Go with your fucking gut. Trust yourself. Ask
Cole,
questions.
just saw your reply to me. Not necessarily. You can have on and off ramping on a DEX through a third party who handles the KYC for you. All I need to do in order for the DEX to quote unquote supply a off ramp and on ramp solution is a third party to manage it, third party to store it, and us display it. I think that is the main goal of still retaining decentralized aspects for the DEX itself and shoving that off onto other people. I mean, I have an email.
What would the third party be? A bank?
I mean, ideally, Chris replies to my email and I get crypto.com to handle fiat onboarding and offboarding for our DEX, and they send it to their the user's decentralized wallets. They would still make money off processing the transactions, and then users could feel happy. It benefits Crow to be able to buy from the bank still, and it goes to a DEX that's on the Kronos chain. I mean, that's one idea.
What
Also
about
talking
these
to a few
credit
other
card
people.
processors that like HopSwap was using for like an NFT mint? I've seen a couple of DeFi protocols that have added a credit card function.
See, the problem with like Simplex and uh, all these other different processors is, there's got to be a balance. Is I could add Simplex now, and you could buy crypto with it on our exchange. It would send it to your decentralized wallet. But if you're buying $1,000 worth of crypto, Simplex, knowing that they can get away with it, is going to charge you $120 in fees. And I don't want to subject my, community to have to pay those outlandish fees when they should only be paying at maximum 3%, like a regular credit card.
I'm with you there. Bach, what's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say to CrowSwap, I think it's good to hope that crypto.com can onboard and offboard. I just think that they already have VVS. I don't know. I feel like they have their own kind of portfolio of people that.
BVS doesn't make new things.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is that competitively, they're your competition. They're not your friend.
But why would they have an accelerator with $10 million to promote and support?
It's for smoke and mirrors. I think I've said this multiple
Oh,
times.
Jesus Christ, Bach. You are a
I'm-
wet
I can't say.
I
my
will agree to
opinion.
that to an extent because I applied for the grant and the accelerator, and they told me, no, we don't need any more dexes, despite me being the only one to build our decks. So there is a certain aspect to that
was
I agree with.
bro. I really hope that was timing.
Are you in Singapore, CrowSwap?
No, I'm in the U.S.
There's your answer.
You're a shoo-in if you're in Singapore. You got to be on the beach in Bali with CZ and Paxos. And they're partying, man.
Exactly. But no, I'm the only dex on Kronos. Our team built our decks. I am 1,000% sure I'm the only person that can say that. And they told me that our dex was not innovative enough. I was like, okay,
but they
cool.
were fine with the 15 Uniswap forks that came before you. I got you.
Yeah.
I hope it's just a timing thing, man, because you did come in after those guys. You were doing something the whole time, so should have been understandable.
Hank, what's the likelihood of CrowSwap doing anything with GameFi? Because it looks like Crypto.com is goo over GameFi right now. Because they gave the 100 million or whatever accelerator to the new Resistance IO, whatever, and that's what they're pushing, is game. And I just feel like that's where they're wanting to go.
They give 100 million to who again? Crow Cruiser?
The new Resistance. It's a NFT gaming.
TNR.
Yeah,
They didn't
TNR.
get the whole 100 million.
No, not all of it. No, I meant to say I think it was only 10 or so, but they got something, and so that's. I just wanted to see.
To answer your question, my company, and this is separate from CrowSwap, but I built video games for the last 10 years, and my educational mobile app for crypto, we release it in January. I've built an entire metaverse with partnering with my other video game development company that we are partners with. I can build anything, especially video games. I just don't have the capital to do it. So, I mean, I would love to. It's definitely easy, easier than what most people think. Getting the game built is the easy part. Marketing a game and actually getting user retention is a whole another battle. But even just things like hijacking and some of the other gamification through blockchain that we're doing should entice some of that. I do have an entire designed. That we didn't write any of the code yet. I did mock-ups for the design. I have the entire scope built out that would involve our NFTs and a bunch of other things. And the only hint would be Sea of Thieves vibes. So I'm plenty capable of doing it, but if they don't reply to me about the decks and about the other 3 patent pending ideas that I've done as terms of being innovative, I doubt that they will reply to me over a video game because, again, I don't live outside of the U.S.
Well, as long as Kronos remains active and, has zero downtime, we can continue to build. We can continue to network and find other people that can either do things that we can't or live in that part of the world we're not in. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going on Wednesday to a charity fundraiser on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. And I go to these different charity events not only because I want to help people, but in part it goes for networking avenues. And if you meet the right person, eventually at conferences, at events, at just working and building Twitter Spaces, whatever. Eventually, you're going to meet somebody as crazy as you are. And my goal is build up a network to the point where I don't have to rely on any exchange, any network, or anybody to listen to me. I'll get somebody else to listen to me, and we'll build it either way, with or without support.
That is goddamn vibes, y'all. I don't know what other spaces you've been in today, but that's the only shit we're talking in here. Progress. How do we move forward? Where do we go from here? Because goddamn, man, that other shit, the sky is falling, that doesn't help anybody. That's all I'm hearing in that other space. We got someone new up here. Planet Dad, what's up?
Hey, just to continue on with that, like in 2008, I packed it up and went to Europe, and I didn't really mind a lot of I mean, my roommates and everything kind of kept my mail while I was gone, but I didn't check out the economy too much, and the COVID when the COVID went. Uh, 2019, when the economy hit a quick crash, like a March or something, I wouldn't even have noticed. And I had a friend of mine say, "Man, buy this. It's at a dip," or something like that. You know what I mean? So, it just depends on kind of the people that are glued to the news. They always repeat what they see. So, the people that create content and create an avenue for those bashers, like us, because there's always an alternative. Like you can sit at home and mope, or you could go out and see the world. Where we've came so far. And it's a beautiful place. Love y'all. Y'all keep positive, man. Let's build it up. Quit knocking each other down.
I like the vibes, man. I used to travel a lot before I had kids. That was my favorite thing to do. That was how I spent every single dollar I ever earned. Traveling. No shit.
Yeah, well, the last place I visited was Costa Rica, but I've been to Russia twice. I've been to London, Paris, Barcelona, um, and around the States a little bit. Not too much. New York's fun. I live in Florida, but I like Austin, Texas. I love Austin, Texas. I I'm going. My next trip, honestly, will be Angel Fire, New Mexico, I think, and that'll be probably the end of next year, so about a year from now.
Angel Fire is a place in New Mexico. Angel Fire
Yeah.
is where I made my first web page in 1997. You
No
guys
way.
remember Angel Fire? That was the shit.
But it's like in the top 10 for having the longest ski lift, I believe.
Ski lift.
Like in the top 10 in America for longest ski lift. I don't know. But my brother has a place in uh, Trinidad, Colorado, but they also bought a little cabin in Angel Fire, New Mexico as well. But we're going to visit them next year.
Good for you, man. Angel Fire. That was a flashback for me. Texas, what's up, buddy? He must be tired. He's been throwing laughing emojis for an hour and a half straight over
Burnt out.
Mario Space. Is your thumb tired, buddy?
No, not at all. Actually,
All right.
I have a little device that helps me with the emojis that I really don't want to ever.
You have an
show it.
emoji bot, dude?
No, it's not.
No,
an emoji
it's a
bot.
vibrator that he puts on the phone, and it's just clicking it.
Zeus, you swore you wouldn't say anything. How dare you? Yes.
Well, anyways, how's everybody's morning?
Just don't break your teeth on that thing.
Wrong hole.
Well, it's not like we weren't used to it already after that space.
Buddy, I'm just happy to be in this space, hanging out with my family, talking real shit. You know, holy smokes! I don't know if anybody else is how long people hung out in that space, but when CZ got up there,
I can't fucking breathe.
Dude, we gotta fucking laugh, right? Well, what can we do? Like, we're here, so.
Damn right.
You got a vibrator on my phone right now. I gotta get D-Rod up here. Ah, shit. D-Rod, you gotta hold the co-host, homie. Wow, what a day. No more emojis from anybody. I can't.
We need to make the shit list now. We need to make the people that are totally
Text. I have one. I've been talking about it for a year. Don't get on it.
Right,
you
but
want me to read the shit list?
That's local. We need
right.
Now we need the new shit list after today, Kim.com and the likes.
Yeah, that was messed up because I liked those guys yesterday.
But they're fear-mongering. They're telling everyone to, change any exchange token out and then take it off the centralized exchange. That's fine.
Unless it's Binance, because if it's Binance, you can keep it in
Binance
there.
or Kraken or Kraken
or
BUSD. BSUD is from New York, so it must be safe.
Yeah, but why do you guys get so upset about them just trying to talk about their point of views or some facts or have a discussion about those type of things?
Because it's biased.
Because
biased
it's one-sided. And whenever
then Chris should have came up to the place because he knows what the fuck is going on. Everybody's been tagging him, and Chris should have spoke about it. He chose not.
Are you being serious right now?
Well, I'm
just saying you guys gotta look at it from all angles. That's all I'm saying. You guys I'm saying look at it from all angles. I'm not saying it
right, but
biased.
when Fernando came up to speak, they wouldn't let him have two words in it. And anytime that he had a point, they would just cut him off.
Well, he wasn't
interrupting. We just ask you to do the same. We just ask you to do the same, Legend, and consider the fact that it might be kind of an organized hit, almost. It
very well could be. I'm not saying it couldn't or could be. I'm just saying there's people have view. Like I'm getting flooded like crazy today for what I said 3 days ago. And I don't get it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, and that was my point of view, and I said something, and people don't like it. I'm not saying they're right, or I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying I think people should be able to talk about it. As far as Fernando goes, he was kind of interrupting and being over the top.
I got a question for you, Legend. What
I ain't mad at you.
About BUSDC and how Binance is holding 30% of their holdings in BUSDC?
Oh, I'm not like I said. I don't really.
If you
I don't
deposit
really use Binance
USDC,
for that
they
reason.
automatically change it to their token.
Yeah,
I'm not
how is that different from FTT?
No. I'm not saying I agree with that. I don't actually use Binance.
But why don't they talk about that? Because they're being paid by Binance. That's why they let CC up there.
Yeah,
That's
and it
why
might be the shadiest thing.
They did talk, but they did Binance for months.
We
and
talked
now
about it last week. We said, how fucked up is it that they put out one email and now no one's even going to get any type of warning, pop up or anything? It's just any USDC or any fiat that you put in there, they are going to swap it for BUSD and not even tell you.
Yeah, for their Ponzi token.
And that
so it's the
is
same shit FTT.
Up, bro.
I'm not.
And now they're up there talking about, well, it's not even Binance doing it because it's
well,
actually
if you were listening to Kim though, Kim said that they should put a disclaimer somewhere on there. So like they were pressing them too. You can't say they weren't.
Well, he was the only one because everybody else was pumping Binance like nothing.
A majority of them, yeah, but there was some questions, and they made it very known. Kim said it. Put a disclaimer on there. It needs to be a disclaimer, and that's what I want. And
but didn't you notice Mario keep shutting him down every time he tried to make a point?
Yeah, no, I heard.
Let's move on. Let's go to the next thing.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, no, I heard him. But once again, there's a group of individuals up there talking, and Kim was pressing for that question, so you can't say that he wasn't, or like. And that's
Dude, it was 15 minutes out of like a 30
I know,
space.
I get
and
that.
It's
but
very
somebody was still
to
pressing it.
Because
and,
like,
and it's
I
a recorded
was down
space,
there
so like,
listening.
But it's still a recorded
I was catching
space.
this vibe, like, oh, they keep saying it, but I'm hearing it different. Like,
and listen, somebody might
like,
clip the
own
recorded
your keys,
space
own your crypto, but they weren't saying own your keys, own your crypto. They were saying get your crypto off of crypto.com.
No, the CZ came out and said it that no exchange is safe. He did. It's recorded.
Right. This is what I'm saying. They kept on like
and he owns an
peppering
exchange.
it in. They kept on like sprinkling a little bit of that in, but the overlying message was crypto.com is shifty, Binance is solid, and also just don't trust any exchange. Get your crypto off the exchanges.
I think they were trying to compare Binance to crypto.com too much. And then Binance kind of was taking over as to how
Legend, what's the thing that they got on crypto.com? It's just that transaction, right? Like there's no proof of anything like loans against the crypto that they're holding. Like they didn't stop people from withdrawing their crypto.
The problem with
it's just fought around one issue. But if you look at the other side, the token thing with BUSDC, it's more worrying to me than one transaction that went into a wallet that they also own.
Right, I agree with you, Zeus. But once again, Chris didn't go up there, and there's a massive lack of transparency on crypto.com. There's no release of any figures detailed to their platform.
All right. Let me ask you.
But he already responded.
Let me ask you one.
I know, but I'm saying he should go up there. He should have went up there and talked about it. That's all I'm getting at, guys. I'm not trying to, guys, all the cronies. I'm on Crow, so like I get it. I'm with you guys. You don't have to.
I know you are.
With you guys.
It's natural that it doesn't feel like it right now. I just want to ask you one fucking question.
Sure. Go ahead.
Would you have felt better with Chris? All right, wait. Chris comes on. He's checking in from the office, wherever it is. CZ checks in from the fucking beach in Bali, standing next to the guy from Paxos. Which makes you feel better?
I'm gonna go CZ. He checked in on a Sunday, bro, to talk about it.
No, I'm saying Chris was there checking in from the office.
Oh, like both of them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna go with Chris, but I mean, people do have lives, man. There's no shit. Do you vacation and still pull up on spaces? You know,
That's
does
what
that
I'm
make
saying.
you?
He could be
people
asleep
still have
right
lives.
now. I was asleep for 10 hours. I never do that.
He
I fell asleep at 9. I slept until.
I don't know,
bro.
So he was at the beach having a couple of drinks, and he was like, "Oh, let me just crash the market and tweet out about FTX between margaritas."
You think he did it on his own? Like he pressed the button? He pays thousands and thousands of people. I do think Binance
happens to be next to each other.
I do think Binance has a part of this as far as the continual fight. I mean, they just got rid of their largest competitor. Yes, he was doing illegal shit and he will be in prison soon, but this is a concerted effort.
And I wouldn't be emboldened.
Exactly.
Did you read all the speculation that they're saying he's not going to end up in prison because of the whole funding of the Democrats and all that bullshit?
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
That's fucking dumb.
I was reading that this morning.
I know, because didn't Republicans just win the House, who is in charge of most of all that? So,
it's
yeah.
The most ridiculous conspiracy anybody put out in the past 48 hours. Straight up. Grayway, go ahead.
I'm probably gonna catch heat, but I'm kind of with Legend. I think that perception matters more than facts to a lot of fucking idiots out there. And like you said, in the space, he's got 435 people or whatever glued to him. All those 435 people that are going to be puppets going out repeating what they heard instead of DYing OR. And that is why I think that Chris not showing up and I mean, even if you're in a damn shouting match with them defending yourself, that perception matters, man. And you know, I'm buying Crow. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, whatever.
Listen, I'm buying it too.
But
But
And there was and they're so damn insistent over there on it's what seemed like putting words in CZ's mouth. You know, we heard CZ speak, and he alluded to, but did not say crypto.com exactly. You know, when he was talking about exchanges, but they wanted to say CZ said crypto.com and FTX. They really want to frame that narrative. You know, like that CZ's calling them out personally.
But Matt, like he said, perception is really everything. I know that's so bad to say and look at. I get it. Because obviously I own a project and people think my perception is this, but it's not intentionally that. Like right now, everybody thinks, "Oh, I'm trying to leave Crow and I'm a bad guy. I'm against Crow." No, that's not the
No.
perception of it. I'm just trying to warn everybody and give people warning. Like this shit going on. Pay attention. Like, but the perception of it is I'm just being an ass, right? And
Why? No, but I'm saying, why in that space are they trying to cultivate that narrative, and so
Because
that's the
well, because
intended result? Why?
they're
You know,
threatened. It's they're threatened by crypto.com, and they have to change the perceptive because the perception of crypto.com is good. That's why they have to change it. That's why they're attacking it. We're looking at what the enemy is saying about us. That's like us being little girls. I'm sorry. Yes, perception is a lot, and Chris does need to do more. He does need to do more, but he doesn't need to respond to the competition. That's like, I mean, come on, guys. What we need to do is we need to start focusing more on future, not bickering and not trying to compete more with Binance of words and tits for tats. We need to prove by actions and by, you know, by actually showing up and putting out new innovation and putting out new patents and shit. And we're doing that, you know.
I mean, that's all fine and dandy and all. I'm not disagreeing with you, Cruiser, but once again, 14,000 people in a space listening to the perception of it, they're more scared of crypto.com now than they've ever been.
Yeah.
And going cross chain, I can tell you that when I pull up into Eat Spaces and you know, blue checkmark NFTs, and you go in there and you try to talk about your project, everybody thinks Crow's a scam. I try to fight for Crow. I'm not saying I'm against Crow. Once again, the perception of what's being held behind all of it.
Dude, you go on
I'm
ETH
gonna
right
have to see
now.
the tapes.
You go to Sushi Swap and try to change Crow to USDC, and there's like a negative 94% penalty. So there's not much Crow left on the ETH side, at least on Sushi Swap. I don't know what happened to that.
Once again,
But
I'm not going into the analytics of it. I don't
from
want
the people up there on that space, how many do you think are shorting Crow right now?
All of them.
Probably
all of them.
Who knows? I don't know. Right? We could speculate, and that could be perception too.
Okay,
right?
look at the wallets Chris gave from holders.
But we're going
how
back
much
into
money
the
has
analytics.
left the
We're going back
exchange?
to the analytics.
Nothing. There's no bank run.
But
So
Zeus,
why
you're
is
going
Crow
into
jumping so
analytics.
fast?
Nothing matters but the analytics. I could give
No,
a
but
fuck
but
about
no.
he's even
everything
checking the Crow
said.
chart in the
It's
space.
what I want the
But
facts.
Alpha, 70% of people don't even know about analytics or about any of the information. So once again, it stems from the perception of the exchange. I get where you guys are going with it because you guys are so smart. We've been here from day one. I get it. I'm on your side. I agree.
Binance has the highest outflows right now.
Let's just say,
that's the
I seen it. He did the 1 hour chart. I seen Zeus post it. Yeah, I see. I get it. I seen all the outflow. I seen it. I read it. But once again, that is for people that are here invested in moving forward with crypto.com and Kronos and understanding what is going on behind scenes. Not everybody understands it.
let's just say that.
Hold up. Let's get through the hands. We got to go. Who's up? Hank and then Cruiser.
Let me catch that real quick, Alpha.
Go ahead.
I think there's a huge silent majority that isn't in spaces, that isn't part of the people that Legend is talking about, that are sitting in these Ethereum spaces. That's not the only people in the market. You know, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people, and there's new investors in crypto.com that come in for the first time and aren't in Twitter, you know, 20 hours out of the day, or they're not in spaces, or they're not in Discord. They're just regular people that buy crypto, that sit on crypto, right? So I think there's a big majority of people that aren't really being accounted for, and it seems more manipulative than anything, right? If you're following the wallet counts, right, like everyone's kind of saying, it does make sense, you know.
I agree with the analytics part of it, and that's what I'm talking about, D-Rod. Exactly what you hit on the head. People that aren't understanding the full inside of all what's going on. and that may be the newcomers or people onboarding. I mean, my mom's talking about crypto right now, and she don't even know anything about it. She's like, "Oh, do you have money on exchanges?" Like, she's reading the news articles on Google, reading these things. Like my mom, she don't even know anything about crypto.
That's what I'm saying, bro. My mom called me yesterday at 4:20 on the dot when I was supposed to start the show, when she knew it, and she said,
that's what I'm
"Hey,
talking about.
I just
That
want to make
perception.
sure that you're not affected by this crypto crash I keep hearing about." And I said,
And that's
"Mom,
what I'm talking about. It's perception. That is exactly what I'm talking about. My mom don't need to know about analytics. Zeus can show her the fucking whatever he wants. My mom's like, "What the fuck is that shit?" Right?
hey,
But,
Zeus, you can show her whatever you want,
dude,
baby.
go
Let's
ahead, send it to her. Send it to
go.
DMs. I'll
Let's
give you the number,
go."
bro.
Dude,
Dead right though.
you're right.
Dead
You're right,
right.
Legend. Even the
The
Spanish
same
channels. My
the
great
same people
grandmother
that
called me. My great grandmother called me. She's like, "Oh yeah, in Telemundo they're showing that everything is crashing and to take your money out of the exchanges." I'm like, "What?"
You're
That's what
like,
I'm saying,
"Nah,
though.
grandma, arriba, arriba, arriba. Come
So the
on."
analytics are great, dude. I don't disagree with you, but to the average person or a newcomer, it's the
Yeah, no.
perception of what's
If we get
going
a
on.
bank run, we're gonna get.
All right, buddy. All right. We got a lot of hands up here. Hank, what's up?
I was just going to speak to the perception part real quick. And perception is subjective. One, we need to make sure that we say that. Two, I would prefer the CEO of a company that I use to put out a sweet, to the point, concise statement. Hey, this is what happened. We rectified it. We'll work on it in the future. I don't want to see my CEO hop in a Twitter space with a bunch of sweaty basement WoW players who are yelling at each other over something that a billionaire is spewing to them for narrative, and have my CEO argue with them over something that happened 3 weeks ago and didn't affect any users.
Then why does it make it any difference when we
God
pull
damn
up to
it,
the jungle?
Legend. You're not here to respond to
No,
everybody.
I'm just saying
Fuck.
he's being counterproductive. So we come to
No,
the
he's
jungle
not.
to listen to Alpha and
It is
Projects
Grey
and this,
Wave's
that.
turn.
What is the difference there?
That was bars,
It's because
bro. That was bars.
Alpha does not own crypto.com. He's not the CEO.
I don't
He
have a
doesn't have to
card.
have a
I am
professional
blocked, homie.
view.
I am not crypto.com
No,
in
I'm not
any way,
saying
shape, or form.
that we
They
come here to
fucking
get
hate me.
information. There's no difference. Half of you guys pull up to the Sunday space to listen to Chris and Crypto Rockstar and all the nonsense that goes on there. Like, what the fuck is
that? Is not true, Legend. Look at the numbers. There are 97 people in here.
They
Shut the fuck up. There are 97 people in here. There are 34 people in a Sunday space these days, okay? We tried. We tried with Rockstar. I went there every fucking Sunday. I co-hosted. I tweeted out the room. We got that bitch up to 780 people. And it has been nothing but downhill ever since. Who's up? Grayway? No. We got Gray and Grayway. What am I supposed to do?
Bro, Legend's like the biggest Crow hater, bro.
I know.
I feel like he's that
He'll be
like
back up. He's out
the
here.
person is like, oh, he just wants to see you do bad. He's like that friend that's like, oh, I told you so, and like just like, damn, like he just wants to. It seems like it. I could be completely wrong. And again, I'm
Nah,
nobody,
you're wrong, bro.
and I don't know anything, so don't. But damn, bro, you sound
We've
like
been
a
doing
real
this all
hater.
week, bro.
I got a question, guys. I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it with this about the perception conversation is that FOMO works both ways. You have the fear of missing out and the fear of getting wrecked, man. And there's a lot of idiots in the space that take advice from Twitter personalities and TikTok influencers and every other form of that nonsense. And like I said, man, that rumor mill gets fired up, and that's the reason companies pay millions of dollars for a 30-second Super Bowl ads. It's called programming for a reason. So don't dismiss it. Know that it's at play here. No matter what the analytics say, you got to put that analytic into the mix.
Appreciate you, man. Let's go Gray and then Planet.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to expand on the narrative that the exchanges are unsafe, get your money out of the exchanges. I feel like the people who are selling right now are most of the newbies who got in right around when the bull run started last time in 2020 or right around when COVID hit. And they're just scared to get wrecked, so they're all, yanking their money out.
I mean, it's a bit of a bank run. It's a bit of a shit show. Um, I woke up like an hour and a half ago, and literally there were people in my DMs talking about uh, Crow is over, and it's amazing to me that like sentiment changes on a dime, on a goddamn dime. Planet, what's up?
I think there's more positive here. There's a European branch I hear about. I'm not 100% sure. Some kind of a Crow branch moving to Europe, and they're building something over there for the Crow.
They built
Crow
a headquarters in Paris recently.
and and I believe there's more positive here. I think Crow actually took a hit. Was a good thing. Um, I don't want to point the finger at Matt Damon in any way because I think he's actually a good character in this. And all. But like you say, there's more pros here than cons. And if by chance Crow does go under, I think that there'll be a way where you can get um full, disclosure. It's not going to be a rug pull or anything like that. I just see more positive here than negative. I see the World Cup coming around the corner. The soccer FIFA in about 2 weeks or less than a week on the 17th, I believe they start up. That's going to be a huge outlet. I believe CZ has competition more with Crow than any other platform. And I think that's the only reason it took a hit because I think I did the math the other day. There was like 6 years difference between the two. And if they were side by side and
Bro,
Crow,
you are fucking hitting the nail on the head. 6 years in crypto is like a fucking millennia. That's like coming into a legacy system as a noob. That's crypto.com against Binance, right? And you
yeah,
said it again. Crypto.com is the biggest threat to Binance as an exchange and their customer base. We have 70 million users on CDC. They were ahead of schedule to hit 100 million. In a bear market, after firing half of the fucking company, like every other company this year, we're I'm
that's anyone though. That they're Walmart are making robots do all the chores now, and all these other companies, Costco, are making robots clean. Like they're firing humans and just it's going AI. Like a lot of companies, they're just trying to keep up with tech.
But this is how capitalism works. It wants monopolies. It allows for monopolies to be created for the strongest, most vicious, sharp-toothed company to succeed and eat all the other ones. And then comes regulation, and then comes government control, and then comes the complete collapse of the industry. We've seen it so many times in my lifetime, personally, as a 40-year-old dummy who was arrested and put in jail multiple times for smoking a plant that he grew himself in his yard. Um, you know what I'm saying? And now we got legal farmers in California that are composting hundreds of pounds of quality marijuana because of what? Regulation.
Supply and demand.
Regulation.
Oh yeah, and of course, and I'll finish by saying this that um, the economy right now is catching up, and we're in this huge weird kind of gray area where the economy are trying to say the economists are trying to say we're right where we're
So don't do what they're saying. Don't
right.
listen to fucking anybody. Don't play the game that they've been playing for fucking ever. Because that's what pushes us towards monopolies. That's what pushes us towards regulation. We are doing DeFi because nobody's fucking telling us what to do. Nobody told us to come here and do what we're doing. We can't let other people fucking tell us what to do now.
Y'all have a beautiful day.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, it's like we've been talking about this the whole year. Like, oh man, this is gonna happen, and this is how it works, and oh, we're ahead of the game, and then the shit starts happening, and everybody folds up almost. But I mean, I get it. It's a different. I mean, I don't know. How about the dip?
There you go, D-Rod. That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. Buy low, sell high, keep your fucking head down, keep building. What are you doing?
I see a beautiful opportunity right now to pull people more to the DeFi side as well. If we can try to start figuring out ideas to get, there is this big swamp to get people off of DEXs and central exchanges. So I think right now is a
Big
perfect
fucking
opportunity.
facts. Big facts. There isn't a better time to preach DeFi right now than there ever has been. Those guys are saying it. They're just fucking up the message because they're biased towards Binance. You gotta just preach it like I do. I say crypto.com every day, but I also say don't let them fucking be your daddy. Get your shit off the exchanges. I trust them more than the other ones, but I don't fucking trust them with my money because I'm not a dummy. So I send it to DeFi.
Hey, I feel like I'm pretty new to crypto, right? I've been in crypto for about a year. I mean, I've been fortunate to be with a bunch of good projects, but like, you know, like what you're saying is like you could still buy your crow on the exchange, right? Just make sure that when you buy it and you use crypto.com to transfer it out of that aux address or whatever address and send it over to your DeFi address. And that's what owning your crypto means, right? Like
And I want to
even
hear one person. I want anybody down there that hasn't been able to send crow from the CDC app to DeFi. I would love to hear it.
So even for me, when you say own your keys, own your crypto, and you know how Joe, he's the one that still lost a whole bunch of shit, and he's the one preaching it. Like I'm still kind of like, well, what exactly all does it insist of? I'm like, that's what I'm doing, right? So it's kind of like, oh shit, but right, I'm not 100% sure if that's what y'all. So I'm good, but it's like I'm sure if I'm even asking or doubtful or kind of, the
I
doubt.
hear what you're saying. I hear what
There's
you're saying.
gotta be new people coming in that are feeling it like that just started, right? So again, that's just to put like a perspective in.
No, and I think there's one thing that everybody should know. Sorry, I'm getting feedback.
You gotta mute your mic, D-Rush.
Yeah. There's one thing that everybody here needs to know if they're beginners and they're worried about own your keys, own your crypto. If I put it on the DeFi wallet, doesn't CDC still own it because they own Kronos? You got to understand the difference between custody and ownership, right? When we're talking about ownership, we're talking about who built the chain. So if crypto.com goes down or the Kronos chain went down for the first time ever. Now look, this is not what's happening. I'm talking big picture, worst possible scenario. The place that you want to have your coins, I think bottom line, you hold Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network in your DeFi wallet, and that shit is never going anywhere. Period. If you have your keys and your Bitcoin is on the Bitcoin network, that fucker is never going down. That is a fully decentralized blockchain, right? So your Bitcoin is on a node and you have your passphrase, and that's all you need to know. Now, beyond that, I am banking on Kronos continuing to operate as a blockchain no matter what. So I'll continue to build there. But bottom line, like that is what you never have to worry about is holding Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network. And if you don't know how to do that, hit the mic button.
Hey Alpha, can I just say one thing? And I'm not here to FUD on Crow. I'm not here to FUD on crypto.com.
Or ETH on the ETH network. I'll put that in there.
I just want to say one thing, Alpha. Like you do concede that, right? That basically removing your assets from crypto.com exchange to Kronos DeFi is the same thing. You might as well just leave it on crypto.com.
I acknowledged, bro. Did you hear me fucking acknowledge it?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Acknowledged it.
So that's where I've always kind of had the disconnect, right? That's why I've always been advocating decentralization from
Legend, I will fucking boot you again.
Wait, just leave Legend, because we have to have a level of like of just discourse, or we can't just be all wag me, So all I'm saying is, it's just weird that
put it on MetaMask.
But MetaMask on which network, Mad?
CRC network is the
You
same
can
thing as
bridge it through Meerkat, right? Through the MMF. Your ETH.
Yeah,
MMF
but
bridge,
but
I use it.
yeah, but Zeus, if the shit goes bad, any swap is just they're not gonna bridge it anymore because they'll be taking a huge risk. Because at the end of the day, the issuer of the paper on Kronos is crypto.com.
You gotta
which,
make
which
sure
is
that
the
you're
CRC
checking.
network. That's
You
what I've
gotta
been trying to
check the
say.
pools on
So
both
thank you,
sides.
Bach. Maybe you say it less douchey than me. That's what I've been trying to preach and say, and you said it well. And nobody seems to be all fucking stirred up about it. So
All I'm saying, Alpha, like I follow the markets, and I know this might be a short attack, this might be whatever attack, but right now we're at 5 days. It's a situation that's developing,
Hold on a
and
second, Hattori. Do you have like a mic cable that is like kinked somewhere? Like what? I've never heard this audio issue before.
Yeah, man, it's like
Is that a
you know,
plug-in
I
microphone?
got a mute switch, and I'm trying to jump in, but I'm waiting for a good time. Yeah.
All right,
yeah, get in here, man.
just do it now.
Get in here, jump in.
Man, you got me lost on my train of thought, but I was just saying I envision in this worst case scenario, we'd put our NFTs into a sort of what Monk Finance is doing. We'd find a way to bridge them over to another network in this worst case scenario that you're envisioning.
Why is it that when I've been saying this shit for 5 days, everybody's
It's
back?
how you say it, bro. I've been
Damn it.
telling you this. You're not
But that's
listening.
worst case scenario.
I'm trying to just warn people and protect people and give them a little bit of insight.
So I'm not mad about having my stuff on MetaMask on Kronos Network because I think there will be a way out no matter what
Ah,
happens.
D-Rod, Jesus Christ, man. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. D-Rod, you know I love you. You are not co-hosting. Zeus, if you lay off the goddamn soundboard, I will hand it to you because we don't have enough room up here. But shit, with the audio issues, you guys. Feeny and then DeFi.
Yeah, no. Like seeing the Fudbirds come out, like last night, all you kept hearing was get your money off the exchange, like they're all looking for that suspension withdrawal. But what I kept thinking was this is maybe how you shine, saying it's 1-to-1. We can have your money at the door no matter where the hell you are, because it's 1-to-1. Like, does that kind of come into play here as a positive, or am I misreading that?
No, it definitely does. 1-to-1 means even in this bank run scenario where we're telling everyone get your crypto off the exchanges and they're actually listening for once because they're petrified, it's all there. We saw it. All the Shiba is sitting there. All the Crow is sitting there. All the ETH is sitting there.
Can I just touch on that real quick without sounding like a... So
yeah, I like your tone, Legend. I like it.
All right, because I feel like I got to talk really quiet because maybe it's just from where I'm from. So I'm going to say it nice and easy for everybody. I agree with Alpha, but once again, if the token is on the CRC network, that's where the risk is flagged. I can't express it enough. That's all I'm saying. I'm not hating on Crow. I'm not hating on crypto.com.
I like how you said it.
So what
And
you're saying, Legend, is
night.
just keep your Crow, but just bridge it to ETH, and then if anything, you can sell it on Sushi Swap or.
I don't see the point in that.
Coinbase uses Crow on the ERC network.
Right, but it's Coinbase. The reason we have Crow on the Crow network, y'all, is because that's the native blockchain. That's what we use for gas. That's what we pair things with. I don't see the point in holding it on Ethereum. If you want to hold something on Ethereum, hold ETH on Ethereum. Hold Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network. Hold Crow on Kronos. That's what I'm saying.
But like Box said, once again, if the exchange goes down, we're going to have massive network issues.
I mean, if you're running like futures arbitrage and you want to take Crow and send it to ERC so you can bring it back when prices are better, I mean, that's on you. But I'm just trying to think simple, big picture.
Bach, maybe you can explain.
Look,
I get what Legend is saying. He's just trying to mitigate the risk.
Yeah, right? I'll say it this way, right? Even if this was on BSC and I had USDC, right? Like the USDC coin on BSC, the risk will be if Binance goes down, my USDC is no more. That's the point that I'm trying to make, right? It goes both ways. It goes on Kronos and that's what makes it harder with this your keys, your crypto thing, right? Because it's like that is true, right? Your keys is your crypto, but you got to watch out which blockchain you're on. Because
all right, then let's boil it down for everybody. Since this is like Sunday, Bloody Sunday, and no one trusts any exchange, including Binance and Crypto.com today. What blockchains are we trusting to never go down, and what would you hold on them?
ETH.
Bitcoin, ETH, VeChain. There's quite a few of them.
Bitcoin,
What's up?
ETH,
And the
VeChain.
same thing with
Interesting.
VeChain. I would not hold USDC or
Thank you, Box.
No,
BTC
I
Yeah.
wouldn't hold USDC
on
Yeah, no.
VeChain,
no,
right? Because these people are. You have to remember they're the issuer, right? Somebody had to issue a USDC on Solana, right? And if the issuer goes insolvent
Yeah,
or has a
FTX.
But are we talking USDC or the physical, like the tokens? Like that. That's what I'm confused about here.
the only
We're
place
talking
that USDC truly lives on is
ETH.
Ethereum.
Yeah,
Okay.
ETH.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, right. So yeah, really, the proper answer would be ETH. Yes.
ETH. If you want to be super safe.
My only thing is the reason I trust ETH with Wrap BTC is because Wrap BTC protocol is a smart contract that actually is verifiable 1-to-1 of the Bitcoin to Wrap BTC. My only thing that I get like I don't understand is like we have Wrap BTC here on Chronos. I just don't know if the issuer is the Wrap BTC Foundation or Crypto.com
Oh,
issuing Wrap BTC.
you saw the Wrap BTC by FTX? People were holding Wrap BTC, and it was by FTX, and it's just worth nothing now.
Well, that's what Bob's getting at. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like, where are they wrapping?
And I think it's really important that people understand this. Every DEX that you go to on the Chronos chain is different. Okay? You go to Chronoswap, they've got something called Anymatic. Anymatic is Matic that can be bridged using the Chronos DeFi bridge. But it doesn't show up in other DEXs. When you're buying Wrap Bitcoin, you could buy it on one DEX, like Chronoswap, like CroDex, like CroSwap, and it might be a different contract. You might go to another DEX and be like, where's my Bitcoin? And it's not popping up. They don't have the same contract. It's a different token. We got to be very cognizant of these things.
And look, I'll agree with you here, right? This might be a huge buying opportunity, right? Like, this is super oversold. We're down now like 25%, right?
I'm buying.
Yeah, I'm buying here as
risk
well.
reward, baby.
But my only thing that doesn't help the situation, right, is the headline risk that's going on, right? Like literally right now, anything can be said, right? Just like whenever they released the balance sheet, the headline risk was 20% of Crypto.com's reserve is in Shiba, right? Even though we know the clarification to that, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It just matters what people that are reading the headlines and that are holding some assets here are gonna do. And we're seeing the results of that, Zeus. Are we not? Like
but back at the end of the day, also it matters, right? Because like if they have loans against the crypto they're holding, and then Shiba takes the dump, and they're holding like what $600 million dollars worth of it.
That's what we've been saying
so that's
for the
another
past
risk.
2 days.
I'm taking their word, and I feel like Chris has said that they don't take loans against the reserve, right? So I'm taking their word, right? But we know that a word of a CEO in a distressed environment is not.
That's the one thing that
It's
we
hard.
don't have blockchain evidence for, that we don't have transparency on, and we got to take a guy's word, and that's tough.
Thank you. This is the information I've been trying to spill. It seems like it's coming across in a positive way. That's how I've always been trying to do it. And for whatever reason, I guess I come across negative. I don't know, but this is a good conversation. This is what I was trying to get to.
Because I think a lot of it is we need solutions with issues. If we just spot issues and we don't at least try to put forth any sort of solution, it just looks like you're fudding. So that's just my one take. Now, I have another thing as far as, shit, I just forgot. Give me just a minute.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Give you as much time as you need, buddy. What's up, Coins?
What's up, guys? I've been here for about 45 minutes, but is the talk about the exchanges, do you guys are thinking that people fear that crypto.com is going to pull a FTX or what?
Yeah, they're worried that crypto.com might have liabilities that they're not telling us about, that could put the exchange in a situation where, with the bank run that's going on right now, something might not match up. But It's very up in the air. It's very.
Imagine Chris and crypto.com are just shaking the Jeets out before World Cup.
I mean, you couldn't shake this tree harder, you know.
But look at the pin up top, Alpha. Like, there's no real bank run going on. Like the tokens are still there. That's the thing. That's why I think they're just shorting it. People are just putting their
When I
money.
say bank run, I mean the mass hysteria vibe that we're feeling on Twitter right now, and I hope Twitter.
When I got into crypto, I remember the first thing somebody told me or I learned was that crypto isn't yours until you take it off that exchange. So I guess I'm curious. I know you guys said where do y'all keep like your random crypto at? Like I've always just transferred my stuff to MetaMask or Trust Wallet. I've never kept it on exchanges, but
yeah, and we are trying to make sure that everybody understands that when you're sending it to MetaMask or the DeFi wallet or Trust, any type of custodial wallet where you have the keys, that's a multi-network wallet. That address of yours exists on multiple networks. So make sure that you are sending the proper tokens to the proper network, because we have been screaming this from the roof for an entire year now, and people still do not get it. So,
well, that's what I'm getting at with I know you've been saying it for a long time, Alpha, and obviously I appreciate that because that's facts, right? You've been spilling facts. The next step in this is we got to watch out for some of these tokens that are backed by exchange tokens. And that's all I've been trying to say. Like, even if you move it to a safe, secure place, it doesn't necessarily mean it's safe and secure at this moment. Obviously, we've watched that in the past, week now? And that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying crypto.com is going under. I'm not saying any of that stuff. I am on Crow. I own a project on Crow. I am still building on Crow. I own Crow. I'm just making it a debate and conversation to warn people that may have assets or are over extended in that asset.
And I want people, especially the 300, 400 Thunder holders, to understand that like the 150,000 Crow that we have paired with Thunder isn't going anywhere. We're buying more Crow while it's cheap and pairing it with Thunder to prepare for the rebound. That's the only thing we know how to do.
No, that's a good point you bring up too, because when it rebounds, Thunder token goes up. I got to be honest, Galaxy's doing the same thing right now. A token went down, so how do you compensate? You buy, and if it goes back up, risk or reward, right? Now,
take that cheap Crow and buy your own token with it. Get your ratio up. We were at like 280 Crow to a Thunder, and we're at 219 right now. That means you get more Crow back when it's worth more. When everything starts
now, it don't look like it, right? It don't look like it.
It don't look like it.
But once that pump happens, right, Alpha's token is going to be worth more than it was prior. So once again, risk reward, right?
It's the same thing with all the NFT projects right now in Abisus. You can literally get half the price right now if people aren't changing their Crow value on their NFTs.
Hey, Legend, I don't like you talking soft, Legend. You need to talk.
I forgot.
I don't like this. I don't like this, Legend.
Hey, buddy.
That kind of I remind now. So that it looks like a lot of our issue too, and uncertainty is off of strategy. Now, obviously, if your Crow or coins are locked up in some sort of farm or whatever, then this doesn't really apply. But if you have spare tokens,
let's go, baby.
If you have spare tokens that you're worried about, the DeFi's got a bridge for that purpose. And so, you can bridge it over and leave it on the, if you have ETH, put it on the ETH network and you're good. You don't have to worry. It's all about your strategy. So if you have a lot of money, and you want to put it in something that's a little bit more secure in your eyes, then put 3/4 of that in Bitcoin or put it into Ethereum and then leave a quarter of it in Crow to then build or do whatever you want with.
If you got a lot of money and you're worried about it, you're worried about where to put it to keep it safe, you send it to me and I'll hold it.
Exactly. I'll hold on to it.
Sendmore.crow and don't even worry about it.
Well, that's exactly what I was saying. And if you don't have a lot of money and you're sweating it, you need to learn risk management. Maybe you should diversify some tokens. That's all I've been trying to preach. That's it.
And it was a hell of a play all day yesterday, man. ETH was up 2%. Crow was down 15, 16, 18. I swapped the shit out of that shit.
Yeah, I told you 3 days ago when you booted me for it. But
I
you
listened to
listened.
you.
But you
I
listened.
boot you, but I
But you
listened.
listened.
I was
I
just
think that
worried
goes
that.
back to the volume type thing there.
Yeah, man. That shit. Listen, vibes are contagious more than information. Information, you got to repeat that shit at least 3 times before anybody gets it. But they can pick up on your vibes without even hearing you, without even, you walk into a room, you pick up the vibes.
Well, I think a lot of people take me the wrong way, personally. But I know we're all crofam here and we're all gonna make it and blah blah blah. But we need to also spread the proper information. Nobody's saying that crypto.com is going under or going to zero. But as a family and being a part of this family with Alpha and all these groups in Airbach, everybody on the Crow chain, we need to make sure that we provide the proper information and take care of people. And that's what I've been trying to do. And it comes across as FUD, but it's just a warning that anything is possible, right? And we got to all do this together. So if we provide the proper information and we have discussions like this and debates and we understand, well, people understand and they can never come back and say, hey, Alpha, you told me to only stay in Crow. Well, no, we had conversations about what could potentially happen. Or if it goes the opposite way, hey, you told me to switch it to ETH tanks, whatever. Like, it could go the opposite way. You need to play it as a separate individual. But the best part about it is you have the knowledge and understanding of what can happen and what can't happen. And that's kind of where I'm trying to preach about. That's all.
I like this legend. I don't care what Uncle Lo says. I like this legend. And I vouch for this guy. This guy has been here from day one. My day one, a year ago when I stumbled in here like a chicken with his head cut off. And Legend was already here. Legend was already doing stuff with Ethereum projects. And he's kept that same energy this whole time. He's been crofam this whole time, but he's been keeping it real. That's why, we've had the relationship that we've had this whole time. It's more like brothers than anything else. Because, we think on the same page, but we think about things different ways. We have different opinions, but we share the same beliefs.
But we say it differently. But at the end of the day, it's the same message, right?
100%, man. And I think from the listener's perspective all the time, and there's 100-something people in here. When the shit hits the fan, I don't know where you guys are every other day when we're here every day, twice a day, saying the same exact thing that we're saying now, except, there's not 100,000 other people talking shit on Crow in other spaces at the same time.
Well, I think it's because it's not necessarily this space isn't talking shit. This space is spreading knowledge of what's going on in today's market. And it's like anything else. Nobody knew what the hell was going on with FTX. How many people got on their phone and started Googling it, right? And right now, this is a space where people are coming to get that knowledge and that news and that information. So, people are interested in it, And it's sad to say, but when FUD's around, right, everybody wants to partake in it and understand and listen and chime in and say things. But when things are going good, everybody's ghost. So it's one of those things where.
And when everything is good, someone's always on that pedestal, and everybody's bowing down to these idols of Web3. And I've always had just red flags popping up everywhere when people start propping up those pedestals and talking about, oh, Mashinsky's a genius. Oh, fucking CZ is a genius.
Chris, he's a genius. And then the market's down, everybody's like, yo, fuck
I
Chris.
don't hear people saying Chris is a genius. I say he's got a big forehead. I say he's got that big brain energy, and he doesn't talk a lot. I like that. I like a lot of things about the way that he operates, and I like that I don't see crofam putting him on a goddamn pedestal or any of those guys. We talk with them like we talk with anybody else, and I think that's healthy. I think we have a healthy relationship with Chris as a CEO. We hold him accountable, and we try to ask as many questions as possible. But I gotta say, dude, Oski is on my shit list from now on. I gave him the benefit of the doubt multiple times.
unacceptable behavior, especially with the tweet afterwards. Like, what do you think, Lo? You think we should give him another chance?
You said Oski?
Yeah.
I think it's time to move on.
Yeah. I mean, that's 3 strikes. We remember the first 2. There's too much on the line at this point. It's like, bro, this is not a fucking game. This is not a joke.
We should have all known that was not going to work out when we saw his shoelaces.
Wait, I didn't even see the shoelaces.
I'll DM you them.
God damn it. This is what happens when I go to bed on a Saturday night. But I'll tell you what, this week took it out of me, man. Even my wife, she woke me up this morning very nicely. Maybe that's why I'm in a good mood today. She said, why are you out for so long? I've never slept that hard. And this is what happens when I like sleep for 10 hours. Everything goes to shit.
Nah, sometimes you need the rest, man.
It really was taking it out of me, man. This whole week has been building up to this. You know.
So I'm gonna use you and myself for an example. I know Bach's a little quiet right now, but Bach probably pertains to this, and I don't know who else is up here that owns a project, right? But if you own a project and you're doing Twitter Spaces and you're dealing with people and you're trying to obviously build on the project and do things going forward, like it doesn't stop. And I know people are like, "Oh, you're probably just sitting home doing nothing." Okay, you could feel that way, right? But it's a lot of mental stress. By 10 o'clock comes around, I can't look at my TV. I can't look at my phone. My mind is ready to pop. I can't go to bed because I'm thinking about everything that's going on, whether it be Twitter Spaces, the project, the holder, somebody said something to me, this, that, the FUD, the drama, like whatever it may be, right? It's one of those things that just goes all day long, and by the time you're getting ready to go to bed, you can't even turn it off. You know, you can't look at your TV because you're like, God damn, like the screen's hurting my eyes. Like, it's just one of those things that doesn't stop. So I think sometimes, like Alpha said, you take a break, rest up, sleep, shut your phone off. Shit, I took Saturday off. I didn't even look at my phone on Saturday. I felt better than I ever felt. Take a break.
Don't let anybody guilt trip you around here, man. You need a break, you take a break. They guilt trip the shit out of me every time I try and sleep around here. But
Yeah.
goddamn,
how many
Legend,
times you wake up and your phone's blown up with people
I
asking
can't
questions?
tell you how much better I feel after you saying that. I go through the same shit every day.
Everything.
My eyes stop working. I can't look at the phone. Like, my shit is just like shaking. My eyeballs are shaking.
Yeah,
I'm
every
like,
single
fuck.
day. Hey, bro. Saturday, I took it off, dude. I touched some grass. I chilled with my kids. I went out, did things, bro. I felt better than I ever felt. I'm like, wow, this is what normal life feels like. Like, it's a good feeling, Take a break once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. And if your project lead needs to take a break, sometimes it's good for their composure. They start thinking more clear.
Oh, for real. This could be the best alpha we give out in here today. If you guys are a part of project and like you can feel that with the lead, reach out. Ask what you can do to help. Take a load off of their shoulders. Help the project. Help. Ask. You know what the fuck I'm saying. Gee,
I'll take a load for any of you guys.
Oh God.
That was almost as bad as me telling
what your
Zeus
project
and my mom
can do
pictures.
for you. Ask what you can do for your project. That's what I was trying to say. What's up, G?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? I was just gonna say off of what Legend was saying, man. If there's any Crow projects looking to get out of Crow, hit me up. We got a bridge.
Here is something I'm going to recommend. This is something I did. This is not a negative thing, once again, because for whatever reason, people think I FUD Crow. I took a snapshot of all my holders, what they own, all the projects I own. If something were to ever blow sideways, I will redeploy contracts with the metadata, the proper images, and I will drop those wallets on a different chain. If it ever came down to that, as a project owner, I would tell you guys, just take cautious in this shit. We may never go nowhere. Crypto.com and Crow might explode, might go fucking through the roof, right? But just in case, be prepared. That's all. Tokens a little harder, so unfortunately with the tokens, it's not.
You guys, bro, if crypto.com tanks, I just it's hard for me to believe that with all the stuff that they've already accomplished within, like, even me being on the exchange and only using that exchange for the last year. I mean, what happens if crypto.com crashes? They take down the crypto.com sign or arena, and they just like, to me, I just don't see it. But I think it's just a big fear in the market right now, personally. And people who got into Crow literally at $1, and now they're just like, they're so scared. They've never been so down in their life. And then when the bull run comes and Crow, not financial advice, goes back to $1, and everyone is just lost money because of FTX, it's just gonna, who knows what can happen. It's just gonna be, it could be one of the biggest comebacks, and people are like, holy cow, we all slept on Crow and went from $1 to 5 cents. Like right now, I just tried to buy more. The crypto.com, the credit card thing isn't working. I don't know if anybody else is
No,
having that
nobody can
problem.
buy Crow right now. It seems to be a common problem. I've been getting DMs all morning about it. I don't
Yeah.
know what's on, but you can't buy Crow.
That either tells me a lot of people were trying to buy the dip and their site crashed, or like, who knows?
Y'all want to buy some Crow? I got Crow for sale. I'm selling it for 7 cents right now. OTC. How much you want?
Right now it's a deal, man. You can get 2,000 Crow for $60.
Alpha just became a market maker.
My guy, I'm I'm setting up shop at the airport. I got a little kiosk. How much Crow you want?
Shit, I want $1 million at least.
All right, say less, my guy. Stop.
But I do like. I was listening about what you guys said about Chris and how he's not glorified by crofam, and I think that's fucking really true. I don't think anybody gloats about Chris. I don't think anybody knows much about Chris. I think he's like obviously a man of few words, and all he does is tweet. But I've never really seen him in the public eye.
Right? You don't see memes about Chris. You don't see at least not the way that they did with CZ, Do Kwon. Mashinsky was making his own T-shirts.
Drake,
I mean, these guys are
21 Savage.
shameless, like crypto gurus. They wanted to be leaders,
When Chris though makes people all over say it happens. Say Crow goes to $2 and he makes millionaires, people 100,000s all over the world. Then we'll see him be a meme. Right now, I think CZ's a meme just because he's a billionaire and made people rich. Eventually, when Chris does that, if he does it.
Hold on. I'm gonna cut you right off right there. It's not all Chris, bro. Because at the end of the day, Chris can do whatever he wants. But if the people here in the community ain't supporting it and buying it, bro, it don't matter what the fuck Chris does. So it's if we make us millionaires. Let's get that very clear.
Yeah. Without crypto, if
you give him a
crypto.com
co-host,
fails,
then he's
I
on
mean, we
fire.
could have you guys gotta understand, we can have the Crow fam and crypto.com fails, we all fail. But without crypto.com, it's not possible.
It's hand in hand.
With crofam working together, man, like my little thing, bridging, Legend saying about airdropping on different, we're still gonna be alive.
Yeah. I guess, if it's not, I guess it'd be the Crow fam, but it'd be under a different brand if we go somewhere else.
Home is home, no matter where your home is,
That's facts.
You mean home is where you lay your head down, or wherever you're?
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I don't think our life cabin's such a singular head. CZ can't take a shit without something happening to Binance. So, say CZ has a midlife crisis, there goes Binance.
He's fine. He's on the beach in Bali right now.
So I'm saying it goes hand in hand, bro. You need the community and you need somebody to manage it properly. So it's two people that put it together. Well, multiple people, but you know what I mean.
What are you bridging to? Are you bridging to the guy that says he has the Crow bridge? Are you bridging to BNB?
Ethereum right now, but we plan to go all over. BNB is another one. XRP, maybe Sol. It'll be a discussion in the Discord with the community on our next bridge.
What about AVAX? Why is no one talking about Avalanche?
Mr. Hodl's been talking the shit out of AVAX.
I think Avalanche is a viable option.
Have you guys heard of Zen? XEN?
Yeah.
That's our buddy.
Jack?
No, Zen.
No, Zen.
Jack Levin, the guy who created Zen. That's not even a blockchain. That's like a whole crazy project, but
yeah, okay. I don't know about it. What is it?
Zen.
What's that?
I was talking about Zen, the dude.
Yeah, you're talking about Zen, our buddy.
Yeah. What's Zen, the protocol?
So Zen, it launched like 30 days ago. I found out about like a week ago, but it's an app layer on the Ethereum blockchain. It has the similar white paper to Bitcoin and follows the first principles of crypto, But all you do is you go to Zen, like .protocol or whatever, connect your wallet, you pay gas fees, and you mint Zen, and you set a term of when you can unlock it. So like the only way you can get Zen right now is if it's free. You can buy it now if you want, because people are like minting it and then putting it on the market. But the goal is to mint Zen, hold it for a year, and it get widely adopted. It's supposed to be like a gateway into crypto for people to come buy their first coin, because you're not telling them to buy a coin that's very volatile and you can't find the bottom. You're telling them to create the supply and then just wait. And I mean, you can set terms for a day to like 400 days out. But the sooner you start minting, the people that get in behind you or after you, if they mint, it's going to take them longer and they won't get as much.
So it's a Ponzi, but you don't have to put anything in up front. I like it.
But Zen Crypto, so the guy that created it, he was a 21st employee at Google, and he started mining Bitcoin. He was like one of the first 200 people to mine it. So he wanted to create something that was the people's coin. You don't have to buy it. You just create it.
Anything that's free, you are the consumer.
I love it, though. I love all these iterations of tokens, man. The fact that we were alive for this Genesis epoch, you know what I mean? Like, we were here for all of these coins when they started as an idea, you know? And you never know how it's going to play out until the public gets a hold of it. And human nature.
That Zen sounds a lot like pi to me. That
Pi. That's what I was going to say.
It's like Hex, apparently. It's like the
Pi
Hex.
is where it's at, man.
I mined Pi for a year and a half before I met you guys. And then I don't even know what my Pi is doing right now.
Yeah. There's over
I actually just got
500,000 wallets
KYC.
minting Zen, and over 8,000 ETH burned this month from people minting it.
8,000 ETH burned from people minting
Zen. Yeah, because you burn gas fees to mint Zen.
So it's not free. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, like a wallet last night was like $7 if you wanted to mint one wallet, and then you can pick when you unlock it. So a lot of people do a year because you get the most tokens in a year, and who knows where it'll be by then. But yeah, every time you pay, the gas is burned. So in the last month since it launched, it's has over 500,000 wallets minting and has burned just over like 8,000 ETH.
And we saw data from Binance Smart Chain. 97% of all tokens created in the past, 2 years in DeFi on the BSC chain were malicious. Either rug pulls, liquidity pulls, or straight up like malicious tokens that rug the rest of your wallet. 3% of the tokens launched on BSC were valid contracts that were for tokens that people could benefit from. Now, I think our ratio is much better on Chronos, but I think big picture 10 years from now, we're still looking at a 3% survival rate for tokens. And shameless self-plug here, Thunder is definitely one of those.
I was reading something the other day. It had to do with Vitalik, but he was trying to do something where your mobile device is the way that transactions will start taking place in like 2030. Because as phones are growing, the data transfer is growing with it. And, everybody uses their phones nowadays versus, PCs or graphics cards and et cetera, but they're trying to make it so phones are the way to data transfer by 2030.
Yeah, and America, we're way behind when it comes to what people are doing with their phones in other countries. Of course, China is probably the highest in terms of like what people do with their phones on a daily basis. You don't even have to touch screens anymore in China. Like, I don't know if it was because of COVID or if it just accelerated it, but they're like taking the screens completely out of the whole situation, and all you use is your phone, and you might have to like let let a camera look at your screen for a QR code or something, but like you're not touching anything.
Over here, McDonald's has now like those huge tablets where like you essentially order on there. You don't actually talk
Yo,
to anybody.
don't touch that thing. Oh
I
my
know.
God. If you
It's
touch
disgusting.
the
I know.
touch screen at McDonald's,
You're getting COVID, but I'm just saying that like
bye-bye. Bye-bye. Kiss your ass. Put your head
technology's
between your
advancing.
legs.
Yo, but what do?
Unbelievable.
You can't physically order. They don't let you go up to the counter anymore.
We're
So
getting
you either
there.
have to.
Who
We're
goes to
getting there. But legend,
McDonald's?
just the fact that they put a giant touch screen up shows you how America has it backwards. Because that touch screen is covered in fecal matter, and that's disgusting. Hyper,
Go through
what's
the
up?
drive-through.
Drive-through
Make
forever.
food at home. Be healthy.
There you go. Hyper, why are you so quiet? You know that freaks me out.
Because you've been a fucking asshole recently.
Ouch.
To be brute, but Legend is spot on. Like it wasn't Habib at the local gas station who footed the bill for that, the NCT enabled, wireless transaction that you can use your phone and just touch it with your, the electronic version of your debit card. If NFT technology is that sophisticated, then they're just going to be deploying that NCT encrypted, serialize your credit card, your house key, your car key in the form of an NFT. You know what I mean?
The only problem right now, Hyper, with it, like I said, I do a lot of research and studying, and everybody thinks I'm like this brute, obnoxious asshole. But
Nobody thinks that shit.
yeah, you'd be surprised.
You just sound like you're
Anyways,
from Boston.
The phones physically can't transfer the data quick enough yet, and that's the problem. I think once phones advance, that's when you're going to start seeing that come to life.
Have you heard of 6G rather? I just yesterday saw a documentary advertising that, and I didn't know if that was would increase the threshold of data capacity.
Well, it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of the network as well as the phone being able to process the capability of transacting the data at the same time. So it's a little bit of everything kind of growing into the technology.
Do you think it's that much different than, like, say you have your Visa and you put it on your Google Wallet or your Apple Pay and you go and wirelessly touch that thing?
Yeah, the data transfer rates are extremely high in comparison.
It's because the credit cards are just representative and not the actual funds, I think. But that actually reinforces the concept that a few of these technologies are going to survive because they each have different use cases. Like if XLM, for instance, is best at that. It's quick and it doesn't occupy the network congestion with medical data information or some shit.
You know who else is quick and it's extremely slept on, and I own a fucking bag of it? AMP.
Let's go, baby.
Is AMP's technology? That's a scaling technology, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a collateral token. I own a bunch of it, and it's all in my Coinbase wallet.
The
custodial.
You can actually move AMP to a ledger now.
Okay, can you tell me how? I got to get a ledger.
Yo, if anybody needs to know how to do Chronos DeFi in a ledger, I figured that out if they want to know.
Yeah, you got to import the app and all that. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but yeah, I figured
We appreciate you, Hyper. We hope that everybody is getting ledgers. We hope that this is a catalyst of sorts for people to start thinking smarter about what is crypto, what is a wallet, who is holding my crypto.
Just this morning, I was trying to buy Crow because everybody sees how low it is. And not only me, but my own dad, my mom, I had to make an account. I was just trying to verify what's going on. Nobody was able, I don't know if it's the bank or the exchange, to even make a purchase.
I'm telling everybody, bro, you can buy it right here.
I'm going to recommend something with the ledger. May some people have the funds and some don't. Don't cheap out on the $50 ledger. Get the one for $150 because if you can't plug it in, you're not next to your computer, and you don't have Google extension or you don't have this or that, you can physically get the Ledger app on your phone with the Bluetooth, and nobody's going to hack your Ledger through Bluetooth. You still have to confirm and review transactions, accept it, type in your passcode, etc., etc. So don't listen to all that bullshit.
Yo, Alex was saying that he got hacked on his Ledger, that someone SIM swapped him.
No, that's
There's
bullshit.
no SIM card in a ledger for one. That means
I
you
know.
imported a recovery phrase that was an already
Complete
compromised
bullshit.
wallet. But
Yeah, it was a
I think he
compromised wallet, or
bullshits
he
me
put it.
all the time up there. He bullshits me.
but dude,
Well,
you
no,
can.
because the ledger is essentially a wallet with a seed key freeze. The only way you're able to transact with your ledger is by essentially putting in your PIN code and reviewing and then agreeing to the terms on the ledger. But if you do connect to a sketch site or have a sketch NFT, it can still clean you out because it's still a wallet address on the chain. So like it's still possible, but as far as somebody physically hacking your ledger, yeah, no, bullshit.
And if you are hypochondriac about the Bluetooth, you can turn it off with the one that has the capacity for it from the ledger
You
device
can
itself.
turn it on and off, but I can tell you when I'm on the road and I have my ledger on me, I'm able to do transactions, send things, and receive whatever I want to do with it. So the Bluetooth one is well worth the extra $100.
Oh, 100%. And I was talking the other day about we're giving a ledger away. I just looked at the Discord. We just reached 222. So we're going to be giving out the first ledger. Make sure you're verified to receive it and stuff like that.
Did people see? I think
Breaking
CrowSwap is
news,
pushing
bro.
it hard. The Keystone hardware wallet.
Hyper, do you want to buy some Crow?
Yeah, I actually do desperately. I'm trying to get this
How much do
contract
you want?
freaking executed. Enough to make this contract work. I'm not. That's why I'm trying to not dick around with anybody's shit. I
7
gotta take a.
cents a Crow. I'm selling it OTC in DeFi.
What are you looking for? Oh, dude, I gotta send you a Cranate baby for Levi. I totally fucking forgot. I was looking for your address with that smoker chimp, and I could not find it. It was so long ago.
Oh, you all know my addresses, bro. Sendmore.crow. That's me.
What is it?
Sendmore.crow.
Oh, that's your Kronos ID.
That's one of them.
Dude, I've
You
been
can
throwing a
send it
fit in there.
to the jungle.crow. You could send it to
Can you get dude,
we got a bunch of wallets.
see if Levi.crow is on there. Alpha Levi or some shit. So I can
Oh,
send
I
you
should
his.
get him that. Yeah. No way. Look who's coming up here.
Dude, and somebody raised a fit with me about there not being emojis in Kronos ID and CNS just kind of like sliding off the map.
Oh, boo 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 boos. Oh, you boo boos. Don't worry. We got all that shit coming. They're having an auction for the 4 digits.
Do we
If
get a
you guys ever
refund?
watched what went down on ENS with 4 digits, we should probably just play the game just for fun.
Do we get a
Texas is
refund?
pumped. Texas is so excited. We're buying 4-digit Crow domains.
Yo,
Let's
Texas was the first
go.
one to be public about like, yo, what the fuck's with the CNS?
That's hyper. But honestly, oh look, now Texas is coming up. I would like to say hello, good morning to our friend Santi. Has been gone forever. Where the fuck have you been, dude?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I feel like I gotta talk nice because I feel like your girlfriend is right there because she's in the picture.
Oh, yeah. We're always nearby. How are you doing? What's up, Alpha?
I'm good, dude. How you doing?
Amazing. How's everybody doing today? I see that Crow hit pretty hard today, so I know everybody's crying a little bit. You know, it's a
Well,
little...
everybody's trying to buy it and they're crying because they can't get it. So I'm selling it to them over the counter.
Oh,
which
let's
is
go.
That's what OTC means for all my noobs down there. Hey yo, how you doing?
Let's go. OTC.
OTC, baby.
Yo, let's establish that network. That'd be dope. Like people who live nearby one another for when shit does hit the fan, we can literally do it like in person OTC.
Bro, when
Box
the
already
shit
on it.
hits the
Box already
fan,
on it.
we meet at the fountain. Everybody knows that.
Yo, Bach, what do you think about this for Cran Apes? Cock Finance. CAAC Finance.
Get out of here.
What's up, Hyper?
What's up, David? How you doing?
I don't want to hear from either of you. I want to hear from Santi. Santi, where have you been, bro?
Yeah, let's go, Santi.
Last time
Oh,
you
sorry.
heard from
I was
me
muted.
was a month and a half ago, which is like 4 years, if I do the math.
In crypto time?
Yeah. So in 4 years, anything could have happened, man.
That's true.
You were on your way to Miami the last time we talked. I'm not kidding, dude.
No, true. No, honestly, I've literally been so swamped with in real life work. Truth be told, because now it's getting more into we're getting closer to the holidays, so getting a lot more work per se. So I've been definitely
What do
more.
the holidays have to do with anything?
Black Friday is when
Yeah.
all industries end up in black usually.
Yeah.
That's news to me, man.
Yeah, so I've literally been working my butt off, and I already know that the holiday season is gonna be a lot of OT and stuff, but more fiat money equals more crypto money, so I
Whoa, who
can't
let this
complain.
guy up here? Hold on. Who let this guy up here? We got a suitcase. We got a suitcase coming up here with a hot mic. What is this all about? Hey, buddy.
You talking to me?
Yeah. No, not
Go
you.
ahead. What's up?
I was gonna say, how's
Not
he a
you.
suitcase?
The suitcase guy.
What happened?
I
McKep
don't see
Nava.
them.
Yeah, I don't see shit
Y'all are
either.
letting up people with 9 followers. What's up, bro?
I didn't let anybody up. I'm ordering something.
Yeah, if you're not cool enough, no. I'm just...
It's not about
Oh, that
being
was
cool.
me. I didn't know you had
Not
9
about
followers.
cool. Come on. Check
He
the
said,
date.
"Get your clout up before
Oh,
you
now
come
he has 9
speak here."
followers.
Man, it
Follows
might
me.
be
It's a
it might
whole
be
range
somebody
of
new
things.
trying to learn, man.
If they have a suitcase, then I can't check their tweets because I can't see anything, right? I can't.
Suitcase like a private
It
page.
might have
Yeah,
been
so
Chris in
all
an
I
alt
have is their
account.
bio.
It might have been
That's not
Chris in
enough.
an alt account, man.
Well, he could have said something. I didn't boot him.
Do you think it was Chris who was on the official Kronos?
No, dude, it was
something?
Oski. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? All right, I'm gonna mute. Listen, it's been a long day, and it's only 12:30. I'm not even supposed to be here right now. My wife is cutting me some slack because she sees the market. She knows it's a shit show. Okay? So let's not blow it for me or you. Slow kids got to catch up with the fast kids. Oski is the guy on the crypto.com account. We know this because he did it before. We gave him shit last time. This time, that's 3 strikes. You're out of here.
But from the top, did he get reprimanded?
Who the fuck knows?
I don't know, but everywhere I could post Lowe's tweet, I did. Like all the internal stuff, everywhere. Like this guy is so inappropriate.
Yo, if he's paid, I'd do 100 times better job for nothing.
Go apply.
You hear that, Chris? Hyper will do it for free.
Right here, bro. I'm a hyper volunteer.
Unless you formally apply.
We're all working for free. Hyper, what the fuck?
No, I doubt the guy hosting the verified account's working for free.
I can't tell you what is going through his head because he came up here and explained it to us last time. He said, "This
the
is
voice sounded so trolly. It
this
sounded
is my
fake.
style." He's like the DeFi Dave of Crypto.com.
It is Dave.
Probably. What up, G?
Hey, it started snowing here, so I'm about to take my son sledding down the hill, like the Crow Hill, and have some fun with this hill. So I'll catch you guys later, man.
Oh, by the way, Mutant Ape Kronos Club, and this is not a fucking airport, G. Jesus Christ. I just got a emoji from Mutant Ape Kronos Club, and judging by the 10-second delay, I'm gonna say he sent it when I said the word Dave. So you go ahead and you guys draw your own fucking conclusions. Crow Lick is coming up here. Mutant Ape Kronos Club, you've got no chance, my dude. Not even a little.
That's a lost cause. Don't even bother.
Crow Lick, what's up?
Yo, just finally reading shit on Twitter about Kronos. Noticed that shit is tanking. What do you guys think? You guys think this is just CZ's master plan of trying to destroy competition, or you think there's actually something wrong with Kronos?
There's a lot going on, man. We were over in Mario's space, and he wouldn't let me up to speak, which is strange, because yesterday I hit the request button and went straight up. And today, who was up there? Hosk and CZ. But it wasn't CZ's account. He was on somebody else's phone because they happened to be at the beach together in Bali. And that would be the guy from Paxos. I'm wrapping it up, babe. This is it. I know. It's fucking ridiculous. Hyper, what's up?
I'm going to say I probably have the most outlier perspective or observation as far as this whole thing's concerned. And one of the opportunities I'm leaving open is the FUD is, one, like the FUD is just contagious due to the fact that, you know, what happened to FTX. Everybody's like, well, what is every other exchange doing? Where if you look at the associations that Sam had with, like, personally, individually with all these people, it's clearly a psyop or a false flag. And I think, honestly, from my perspective, it seems like iPhone and Android are somewhat in cahoots, because if you have control over the market, like the dichotomy of the competition, it's essentially just a monopoly that's hidden behind two businesses. So
Oh, I
I actually
agree.
think Binance and Crypto.com are working cooperatively because they complement one another, actually. And it's they're almost like, because the whole, like, not your keys, not your crypto, Alpha's been preaching for the past several months. It's almost like and this is an example as to why it may not be like as DEFCON 1 as it's making it out to be, but it's just now everybody's more or less prepared.
The thing is, CZ is running his mouth about crypto.com, just saying how it's fishy or shady, and he's been pumping trust wallets. So I really don't think he's working cooperatively with crypto.com. I think he's actually working against it, trying to put a bad name on it.
I think it's a playful contest, because it wasn't as aggressive as, like, yo, Sam, where's your money at? And then he's insolvent in like less than 20 minutes. That was like the most dramatic 20 minutes on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, we hit a new all-time low since the last all-time high on Bitcoin. Like, that was fucking nuts.
If you do look at the chart though, there was a big move coming to Bitcoin, crypto in general.
Oh
The
yeah,
trend line has been going for over a year, and it finally broke out of it and it retested it. So
that's
we'll see what
another
happens this
variable
week.
too. Is they're trying to point fingers at naturally occurring cycles at particular individuals just to create distrust in the ecosystem. Because then that justifies the government coming in and saying, wow, so many Americans lost so much of their funds, which also has never happened on crypto.com. Like, nobody's lost $1 billion, individuals, and say, we need to regulate the shit out of this crap, or so that doesn't happen again. Probably just like they did in South Korea right after Do Kwon did whatever, if he's even a real person.
They sent $10 million to that lady in Australia, man. They don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
and then she has to give it back. What happens to, like, this shit's risky, and make sure you have the right address. Like, if we send shit,
Yeah,
guys, we're not getting that crap back.
I agree. That was pretty unprofessional on their part. That was their screw up. They should have paid for it instead of taking the girl to court. Now it's her problem.
But
I'm
if
just giving them a hard time. Santi, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, so I don't know on this matter. I've been following it the past couple of days, and I've been literally just gathering information and research, just because I want to make a full, like, YouTube video just talking about it, breaking it down in detail. But man, let me tell you, it's a mess, man. Like, it's a whole conspiracy. Like, the more I dive into it, the more I'm like, wow, okay, this is, suspicious. Why is this person linked to this one? Wait, why is this person linked to this one? So it's definitely suspicious.
What are you seeing that's making you feel suspicious, Santi?
Don't make me whip on my notes, man. Hold up.
Oh, I'm asking you.
I got a question though. Where's all this crypto, promotion, the Staples Center, all that shit? Where's that funds coming from? Is that coming from our pockets? Like, how are they paying for
they
that?
just posted
Trading
that
fees, man.
no, they just posted that they netted like $8 billion this last year, like $2 billion or something.
So they're spending their profit
Their
from
profits,
the
yeah,
company.
they're in the black. They're
Oh,
doing
okay.
well. They're doing well for a business, yeah.
DeFi hodler, what's going on?
Yeah, see, that was one thing I never really understood, because I see them in every UFC, F1, everything. I didn't know if that was from their profits or if that was from us, our money.
Dude, last night, if you guys watched Adesanya get wrecked at the end and throughout all those fights, which was a great fight every Saturday pretty much, all you see is crypto.com on that mat worldwide.
Yeah,
Let's not
and
forget that,
that's
DJ.
every sport, yeah.
Yeah. That was a great fight last night. I don't know. Did any of you guys watch that?
It was amazing. That really
No, I
was.
Bruh.
actually didn't even watch it.
Bruh. Adesanya, if he would have had even 2 more seconds to knock him out after he literally knocked him out with that last punch he got to throw, it would have been over, bruh.
Did you watch the female? I honestly liked the female fight more than I liked the main card. Like,
The female one?
wow. Like,
All right, you guys. My wife is gonna kick my ass and make UFC look like some pussy shit. So, Davkas, what's up?
Yo, my bad. Yo, you can just call me Dave, man. I know my shit look all funny. Just Dav works. Yo, Santi, man, hit me up, man, or look up in your check your DMs, bro. I want to link with you, but I
I
forgot
got
what I
you.
was gonna say. I wanted to talk from before, and I completely forgot. I was just listening, and bro, don't get beat up by your wife, bro. Go spend time with her, man.
All right, then I'm out of here. It's Sunday. I'll give it 12 minutes so we can wrap it up on the hour. I haven't even looked at the charts since yesterday. No shit. So let's check them.
Save yourself an aneurysm.
Just
Don't.
for shits and giggles. These numbers are brought to you by crypto.com. If you haven't figured this out yet, don't let him be your daddy, please. $16,775 for Bitcoin. Really not that bad. That's a 2% drop from yesterday.
Who thinks it'll leg down to 12
From
grand?
here,
I think it
it's at
depends on the stock
1250.
market this week, to be
Dude,
honest.
there's room for another leg down. This was like half the last leg down.
Oh, I agree. I'm sure Bitcoin can drop to 13, 12 grand within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, technically Ethereum should touch $800.
The one we're really concerned about here is Crow. Crow is at 5.8 cents.
Yeah, you're not going to see Crow this cheap ever.
I don't think Crow's going to move at all unless Bitcoin moves up to 20K.
So we're sticking at 5 cents.
Yeah, I would probably think it's realistic to say Crow will hit probably 2 cents if Bitcoin keeps tanking.
2 cents, like when I first started buying it. Unbelievable. Okay.
Dude, that would be a blessing.
All right, Santi, and then we got to go.
Yeah, no, and in regards to that, it's just insane that the whole crypto market, that as I think it was Hyper that mentioned it, that the whole crypto market is going to be continue tanking, because just looking at the charts, because well, Alpha knows, but before crypto, I had experience like teaching forex and just charting and stocks and stuff. So when you looking at the chart, it definitely is looking like it's going to go like that. But on my end, personally, what am I going to do? I'm investing a little bit now because 5 cents is a great buy. And if it does go for another leg down, I'm gonna go for another buy, obviously. But excuse me. But that's just my personal thing. I just like, I don't know. It's just like it's like a flash sale. If you ask me, like one day to the next, it went down 25%. It's like a flash sale. So I don't know. That's how I view it.
Yeah, and if you think I'm full of shit, put a short and then let me know how failed that is.
Well,
The
if you
thing
guys
is, the
want
overall
to
trend right
win,
now
you
is
got to get
bearish.
behind the winners here. You got to get behind the projects that already made good decisions, like CrowSwap, that took
Yes.
out 3 million Crow a week ago and sold it at 12 cents before we even knew any of this was on the horizon. Anybody that played their cards right, Bach Finance, who went heavy on Bach USD 2 weeks ago when Crow was at 14 cents. So, I mean, these are the people, in essence, right? Where we invest in people.
Bro,
That's what's behind these
really good
projects.
too. Thunder's a really good token too because of how many different tokens you have liquidity tethered to it.
Straight up, man. It
And
was
if you could,
very difficult to get to this place.
for
Like, we
sure.
had a lot of pain for the past 4 months, pairing Thunder with every project that we believe in on Chronos, pairing
Yeah.
it with Bach, pairing it with CBZ, pairing it with Galaxy, pairing it with Crow, of course, and all of our partners that put a real liquidity squeeze on us.
I wish
And
Bach
yet,
was still up here. I had a question
what
about that.
happens when Crow gets tight.
So
We got plenty of Thunder.
do you know if for Thunder, for instance, because that's your token, if say Galaxy goes way up in price, and say 50% of the liquidity for Thunder is tied to Galaxy, does that increase the value of Thunder proportionately to how much liquidity is dedicated to that pair?
Right, and proportionally is the key word. So if it was a 50% liquidity situation, then you would see 50% of that action, that
Thunder.
price action would show up in Thunder's value. Yep.
Yo, I just got a whole conceptual map so clearly drawn out. I need to explain it to some of you guys later, but it's crazy.
I know what you're thinking. I'm right there with you, bro.
It's through V3S and the PEG tokens and shit, Tonic and all that stuff.
Hey, hit me in the DMs. You guys don't have to go anywhere, but you can't stay here. Drink some goddamn water. brush your teeth, own your keys, own your crypto. Holy shit, are they getting it? Is
Own your
everybody getting it
cannabis.
now? Please, please, please understand what it means when I say this twice a day, every day. You got to have your seed phrase. That means it's yours. Now you take that seed phrase, you write it on a piece of paper. You put it
Do not
someplace safe.
screenshot it. Don't screenshot it. You'll lose it.
Don't copy and paste it. Don't store it in the cloud. Don't trust anybody. You write it on paper, you put it someplace safe, and then you show someone else how to do this shit. Because this is the group of people that are going to make it out of here.
Yo, I literally got a computer that's intentionally not.
God damn it, Hyper. You know my wife is going to kick my ass. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Coffee and Crow, I'm coming! Lots of love, everybody. Crow fan for life, you fuckers. Bye.